Welcome back to Numbers on the Board.
Numbers on the board, yes. I love when we don't have KB here. We ain't got nobody to hold us back and talk about, man, yeah, I guess we can wrap up the episode now. Who your 2026 pick? Hey, Kobe White, my fantasy VP. How many times he gonna do that joke?
I don't know.
Chris Paul. We tired of talking about Chris Paul. Welcome to the real official Numbers on the Board. We kicked the guy to the left out. This is a hoopers panel now. We got guys who was able to actually get on the floor.
Whoa,
no, I'm just playing.
Nah.
Dang. Oh, you going crazy. He at your neck.
I am.
He just said, I said, this is a hoopers panel now. Guys actually saw the court. He said, hold on now.
We both played at the same level.
And then he did start on the sophomore team, though.
I started a few games.
Oh, he did?
I think this is when people was getting hurt.
We off to a great start. We off to a great start. How y'all doing, everybody at home? Obviously, as y'all know, Kenny and his wife just welcomed a beautiful second baby girl. Round of applause. Everything was smooth and successful.
KB,
Another
Suzanne.
added member to the family. We saw a picture. Looked just like her sister. One of those families where I guess all of the siblings going to just look like each other. So, yeah, no KB today. May not have him too. I don't know. But you definitely got us. We got a lot of basketball to discuss. First and foremost, though, how y'all feeling? Darrick, you out here in the Hershey Brown.
And the UPS fit.
UPS fit.
I didn't know it
does
was
not
raining
match
today.
the weather at all. Put in a lot of effort to be running in and out of the car.
So I woke up. I went to go get eggs.
Looking
for the
like
family.
Quab.
Yeah. I got eggs for the family. It was sunny out. I come back. I drop the eggs off and everything. I leave
You got
out. It's
eggs
pouring.
for the family.
You rich. I'm going to be like $5, $6.
So you went to the store and got a carton of eggs?
Yeah, because we didn't have no more. I didn't want to leave them with nothing to make for breakfast, so I had to go grab eggs. I came back. I leave out the house again. It's pouring. I'm like, it was just sunny.
Yeah.
Like it just happened that fast. That
Right.
was.
You seen it's supposed to rain like every day.
Every
right?
day, yeah.
Oh, I haven't looked at the weather.
It's supposed to rain every day for like the next.
So
5
you
or 6
wake up,
days.
you don't look at the weather, you just put on a fit?
Yeah, sometimes. If I hear the rain or I know it's raining, I'll adjust. But
No, without rain.
oh no, because I know it's summertime, so I don't really have to prepare for it. It's nice out.
Well,
If it's fall,
yesterday we had flood warning, brother.
if it's fall time, I definitely check because that weather could shift. It could be 30 and then it could be 50. It could be like it just fluctuates. So I'm definitely locked in on the
Well,
weather.
I want you to start checking because we had flood warning yesterday. We got
It
flood
was.
warning today, and I think we got flood warning tomorrow. And like Mike said, I think for the next 4 days, we're going to have some not just rain, but some strong rain. I had to go in the rain yesterday to take Penny to get a haircut. I saw why it was flood warning. It was really flooding.
Oh.
It was really, 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 really flooding. Mike, how you feeling?
Feeling good. I'm feeling good. Speaking of Penny, I guess, me and my girl really been thinking about getting a dog
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
to add to the family too.
I saw you talking about it on the stream. There's a little wedge, though. She wants a medium to big dog.
Yeah.
You want penny-sized dog?
I need a little to medium size. I can't have no dog that's damn near the size of me trying to curl up next to me.
I feel you.
And I have nothing against big dogs because I know a lot of them.
You is a big dog.
Yeah. A lot of the big dogs be nice, but like you definitely got to train them up, and you definitely, I don't know, something about having all that hair and just have basically another human in the house. I would rather just take another pet. It's too
Yeah.
big of a dog.
I feel you. I hate small dogs because they.
You have a small dog.
Crazy.
I adopted him. He was like, I'm a stepdad. I'm gonna still treat him. I'm gonna love him, but like I would never personally buy a small dog because
No, for sure. But when you say hate and it's one in your house every day that you care for, it's crazy.
He had a
I
time when
dislike
he
him.
was cooking dinner for the
You
dog.
was actually cooking dinner on the stove for him, and now you saying well, that would probably make me hate his ass too, if I'm being honest. But
I wouldn't say I hate him. I just wouldn't personally own one myself. They just don't. They provide companionship, obviously, but like other than that, they bark a lot, like a shit ton. They are very like.
that's what dogs
Oh, you
do.
need the protection from the big dog.
Yeah, I need that protection, and I also feel like big dogs, they confident within themselves. I feel like small dogs are the insecure, which is why they be barking a lot. They got that small dog syndrome. They feel like
they
they have to make themselves feel bigger than they actually are.
Yeah. As the owner of a small dog, when my dog bark, I don't be like, you insecure. My dog is just, she's little. So every sound she hears, she has to, you gotta let your voice be known and heard. Because, they on edge a little bit more because they are aware that they're smaller. It's like a person. A smaller person will, sometimes have a louder voice because
they be defensive.
You gotta let it be known that you ain't a person will definitely walk in a room and try to get
watched. Them the ones that be having like a little pocket knife on.
But yeah, I ain't met a dog that ain't gonna bark. If I bought a medium, big, or small dog and they didn't bark, I would have to get my dog examined. Just certain things the dog is supposed to do.
Yeah. I be telling myself that when my damn cat be meowing, I be like, that's just how she talks.
Just got to, literally. A lot of times, my dog barks to communicate. You know what I mean, or let me know. And when I first got her, I won't lie, I used to be like, man, or it do be times I'm like, stop, or you're doing too much. But there was one time where I was in my car late at night, and I was like waiting for something, and Penny started barking, and it was a mysterious person walking out of the dark towards the car, and they wasn't on nothing, but I'm like, that's why she barks, because if they were, she would alert. I would have had enough time to make something pop. So from that day on, I kind of ease up on her when she's barking, because she's showing me that she's trying to let me know something.
It's real quick. There's an episode of Family Guy where, Brian, he's a dog.
Yeah, Brian. They must have told him to shut up, and then something happened, and he's quiet.
He's barking all week. And Quagmire, he's sick of it, so he get like this muzzle to put on him, and every time he bark, it like shock him. And one night, Quagmire, the reason why Brian's barking is because he heard that there's wolves in the area, so keep the wolves away.
Why do I feel like I can remember Brian with a muzzle on?
And so now Quagmire is going to take the trash out at night. A pack of wolves come to get his ass. And Brian can't do shit because he can't bark. But he hears and he comes to the rescue or whatever, and he ends up saving the day. And he's like, that's why I bark every damn day, is to help y'all out. So I always think about that, you ever see your cat just start staring at a place randomly, and you're like, what the fuck is she doing?
It's usually like a fly or something on the wall.
They meant to do good. They're trying to do good. You just don't know what the hell they doing.
They say you're supposed to always trust your cat. They know and hear so much that's going on that if they're locked into a certain area, that means that there's something in that area. Because I saw this one video of this lady, her cat kept jumping on her counter and playing in her toaster. And she looked in there and she didn't see anything, but eventually a mouse jumped out of the toaster.
What the no?
And she was like,
more problems.
You got a big ass toaster.
And she was like, this is why you should always listen to your cat, because they know something's going on and they wouldn't just be paying attention to the area for no reason.
Yeah, that's real.
Shout out to the animals out there.
I be trying to be like that with Penny, but she got this reaction when she see dogs. So sometimes she be they'll come on the TV, and I used to be like, man, how you was. I'm like, is she scared or do she not like the dogs? But then over time, what I realized, when she see dogs and she bark, it's not aggressive. My dog is an attention seeker. So when she see dogs, she wants them to acknowledge and to try to play and introduce. And so she bark so they can look and come towards her, and then they get close and she try to start a friendship.
Is she scared of the thunder?
No, she's only scared of fireworks. The thunder, she's not scared of, but it will wake her up, and she'll just look and go back to sleep.
My cat be running right underneath the bed if she sees some thunder.
Your cat the same way?
Nah. He has if someone walks into the house.
Oh, that's everything.
But and I think it's gotten, I didn't notice it as much in our older place. There was really nowhere to hide. But now that we're in a much bigger place, he is gone. He will go upstairs. He will go somewhere. You would definitely not see him for hours.
But the thing is, nobody be worried about the damn cat, though.
Yeah.
You can't
people ask about it. People ask about the cat, but nobody's finna just be picking the cat up and buy
right, how they would do a dog? Yeah.
Yeah, the cat be so worried about everybody else.
You got to drop the mic today?
I do. I wanted to ask y'all, are there any coaches that y'all see on the hot seat or could be on the hot seat this season? There's a lot of new coaches that really just got into the position, or teams like the Heat that kind of already have their coach cemented. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good question.
When I look around the league, there has been a lot of new faces, but I don't really think no one's under a ton of pressure right now. I think this might be the most secure offseason for coaches. Because I thought it was Thibodeau coming into the offseason.
Mm-hmm.
Thibodeau already got fired, so he kind of eliminates a lot of that. I can't.
I would say one of the things.
Maybe JB, if the Cavs came up short again, I think that could. I mean, Kenny Atkinson. I'm sorry. If Kenny Atkinson, if they for some reason
came up short, he would get fired.
If they for some reason came up short again after being the number 1 seed,
in year 2,
I think if they're the number 1 seed and they got bounced in the second round again, I think there's a world where he is on a hot seat.
That they're gonna have to make the trades, but they definitely one of the teams with expectations.
But the front office up. Yeah, a lot of times they look at the head. Well, they already did that with JB, so I mean, yeah.
I would say
Doc Rivers.
He might be, but also that team sucks. So like, they might actually just fire him just because.
Right, so he would be on the hot seat.
Yeah, but like,
there's no way we sitting up here saying that the
team,
Cavaliers, Kenny Atkinson would be on a hot seat before Doc Rivers is insane to me.
Well, I'm just looking at expectations of the team. Mm-hmm. Like the Cavs have way.
Yeah, but it's only year 2.
Yeah,
it's only year 2.
But if we've seen it happen so fast in this league that if your front office has high expectations,
what team with high expectations fire their coach in year 2?
Well, if they
besides the Lakers.
But if they consistently come up short,
right? But they can't consistently if it's year 2. That's what I'm asking. What team with high expectations that didn't meet?
So what would they give them one more year?
This team that's besides the Knicks, they're like the clear cut to be in the finals this year.
Say it again.
I think the Cavs are probably clear cut to be in the conference finals or the finals this year.
I think so too.
So that's why I think the expectation rises a little bit just this year because, again, if you can't get it done this year.
But remove that. We understand they have expectations. I'm saying, though.
I don't think he's over Doc Rivers.
I'm saying if the Cavaliers don't meet those expectations, with everything we know about the team, y'all think it immediately goes to firing Kenny Atkinson? The conversations have been about this group and this unit. So it's like, are we keeping Jared Allen and Evan Mobley?
Yeah.
Is Darius Garland going to get traded? That's what I'm asking y'all, because Kenny Atkinson actually had a great first year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't even know if like he went under expectations. The team did, but they also had injuries. I mean, they missed Darius Garland for a majority of the playoffs last year with the toe thing. Was it Evan Mobley that got hurt?
No, Evan Mobley.
Who got hurt in the second round?
No, Donovan Mitchell did.
No, one of the bigs was out, if I'm not mistaken.
It was Jared Allen then.
I think it was Jared.
Okay. Against the Pacers I'm talking about. No, y'all sure? I think it was Evan Mobley. But regardless, they did come up short, but I felt like a lot of it you could use to the injury part of that. That's what I'm saying. Like, if they don't meet expectations, it would definitely hurt, and it would definitely be a conversation of like, what do you do? Yeah, Evan Mobley played in 8 games last year in the playoffs. They played way more than 8 games.
So let's say, for instance, second round, they get beat by, let's say, for whatever reason, like the Magic or the Pistons.
What's the context? They're fully healthy, and the Pacers. I mean, the Pacers with no Halliburton or Turner beat them.
Yep. Or something like that. Like I'm just saying,
if it's a disappointing ending, they're gonna have to do something.
Yeah.
And you could be right where
they probably looked at last year as a disappointing ending too.
So
like back-to-back disappointing endings. Like that puts a lot now the front office really.
But
gotta
I
make
see what
decisions.
he's saying too, because they're the team that's been talking about trading away their players though. Yeah. Like Jared Allen has been in consistent trade conversation. So is Darius Garland. So
that's what I'm
just
saying.
Like this probably on the players versus the coach.
Boom. Because if we bring in a new coach and we have one of the better seasons that we had since LeBron has left, probably the best season in franchise history, like from a regular season without LeBron. I can't remember what the Mark Price teams did win-wise, record-wise. But that was one of the better Cav seasons last year as far as regular season goes. Some of that has to go to Kenny Atkinson because when they had the same team with JB, that team didn't look like. They was a number 1 team in the East, and nobody has expected that. Then you get to the playoffs, you have injuries, and you lose. Now, some of that goes to Kenny Atkinson as well. Nobody is ever negated from any of the responsibility. But I thought that they had a pretty successful year, and I felt like if they were a little bit more healthy, they would have had a better chance at beating the Pacers. But they also lost, again, to a team last year with the Pacers, who beat everybody except the Thunder.
Yeah.
So I think in the Monday, and they took them to 7, and they were looking good until Halliburton, hurt himself. And even after Halliburton hurt himself, they went into half with the lead, right? Like a 1-point lead. In the moment, it's like, damn, the Cavs just lost to the Pacers, and they lost that way. But then when you see what the Pacers did the rest of the playoffs, it kind of removes some of the disappointment. So that's why I'm trying to be a little realistic of like coming up short, because it's like if they lose to those teams, if they lose to a Pacers team in the second round that don't have Turner or Tyrese Halliburton, I would expect the Cavaliers to then again have some type of injury. There's no way that they're fully healthy with Garland, Mitchell, and they lose to that team. Garland, Mitchell, Mobley, and Allen.
That's why he might not be wrong with the Kenny Atkinson thing, because if they do come up short,
I think he would get at least another year. But
you never know.
Even outside of it, it's like they lose to that team.
Yeah, that's why I just said it's been, again, disappointing for the Cavs, because last year as a top seed, we thought they had a pretty good chance to at least get conference finals. This year, again, we're looking at them like, y'all better make it.
Yeah.
Y'all better make it. The regular season isn't a question.
As long as they're healthy, they should make it. Yeah. But if you're not going to be healthy,
then you can't put that on the coach. That's
but
like,
the reason I'm saying that about Kenny Atkinson is because, like, if that's the mentality y'all have, then we have a lot more coaches on the hot seat.
Yeah.
Jamal Mosley has to be on the hot seat then.
He's a good one. Also, Willie Green could be someone. I don't know what the expectations are for the Pelicans, but I know Joe Dumars.
What are your expectations? You in the basketball media?
No, I'm like, because they coming into the season already with a bunch of injuries.
No,
so, like,
for
I'm
sure.
just saying.
But
like,
what is your expectation?
At least be competent. Like, I don't think they're going to be one of those teams that surprise anybody, and they're like, at least competing for the play-in probably, and at least having Zion healthy for the most of the year. I think that for them could be viewed as a good season.
So last year they won 21 and 61.
Games.
So what would Darrick's expectation with what you know? Play-in, you saying, or knowing that they won 21 games is the play-in too rich for you?
They so tough because honestly, the majority of the West got better, and like the Pelicans, they really didn't. If anything, they got a little bit. They just got younger a little bit.
We have a segment later today that we're gonna do about the 2026 season, or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but then when I look at it, it's kind of hard.
Exactly.
They actually might still just be there. So,
bro, it's gonna be tough.
Willie Green actually might be relatively safe unless they feel like they want to just change the culture there. But yeah, when I look at all the coaches, I feel like a lot of them, they feel pretty safe. Thibodeau was the biggest one. So that to me is kind of made everyone kind of safe.
Do you think Jason Kidd is safe?
Yes, because if he wasn't, they probably would have let him interview for that next job.
Yeah, he would have been,
Because if the Mavericks, the Mavericks want to be good. Like, they don't want to fall back on, we just suck now because we traded away Luka. Yeah. So I wonder if they're just not performing as high as they can be. They're going to point fingers and be like, this is on Jason Kidd.
Would be a panic move again. I mean, they're not going to have Kyrie Irving for some months. And like you said, the Western Conference got extremely better. And they in that weird thing where, like, they have a good team, but you also are trying to develop and allow Cooper Flagg to be whatever it is that they think he can be or whatever it is they want him to be. But
Kyrie also said on streaming he don't know if he's playing next season.
Yeah, I did see that. Jamal Mosley, y'all are saying Kenny Atkinson. I think if Kenny Atkinson in it, how could Chris Finch not be? That's all I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't have Chris Finch, but when you put Kenny Atkinson, it just opens up the door for everybody that ain't like a first time. Kenny Atkinson would be in a conversation. Jamal Mosley, Quinn Snyder. The Hawks have a whole new team with a weak East. It looks like they should shoot up. There's no way.
My only pushback for Chris Finch is that they're in a much tougher conference, and they also have consistently overachieved. I feel like last year they were Last year they were the 60 and they made it to the conference finals again. Like, I feel like they've consistently gotten there. They just couldn't get over the hump.
But they got to the conference finals.
And then a year before that, they lost to Luka and them. So
that was a much better conference. Yeah. Last year they got to the conference finals, but it didn't feel like the conference finals.
They got their one kind of stomp.
The conference finals felt way more like Nuggets versus the Thunder. I know the reality of what you're saying.
Yeah.
But they didn't. Out of all the teams the Thunder played, they didn't play them as close. Like you could see the huge gap.
Yeah, but I also feel like they're going through a tougher conference though, and they're making it. So like I feel like Chris Finch is like doing much more than what, let's say, if the Cavs.
When does that say?
If the Cavs being a number 1 seed and they're consistently coming up short, I think.
Do you think that's how teams look at it? Because if that was the case, Taylor Jenkins wouldn't have got fired. He had all the excuses in the world was there for Taylor Jenkins. He got his ass fired. They were in a tough conference. Ja Morant had been hurt. Desmond Bane had been hurt. Jaren Jackson was out there by himself the previous year. None of those things saved Taylor Jenkins. Michael Malone won a championship.
If Malone is getting fired, then it's just.
I'm just saying,
anybody is crazy.
If Kenny Atkinson is on the hot seat, you cannot dish out all of the shit you just told me about Chris Finch. It just don't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
So now what if I play the same game with you? What if the Timberwolves lose in the first round to the Warriors?
Yeah, it'll be a little tough. For me personally, I wouldn't look at that as a failure. They lost to Steph Curry. And also, I feel like they wouldn't also be at the top of the conference. I feel like the Timberwolves are probably still going to be around that 6 or 7 seed range.
You do?
So, yeah, I still think they'll
probably. I think so, too.
They'll still probably be around that range.
I think the Cavs' expectations.
The Cavs will still be the number 1 seed probably in the East. So if they got bounced.
No. I understand. We talked about the Cavs. I understand the Cavs. We already went that way. I'm the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
You just told me that he should be safe because they went to the conference finals.
As the 6th seed, yeah.
Twice.
Yeah.
They won the 6th seed.
They were the 3rd seed the year they did it before.
Right.
Yeah.
Regardless of the seeding, that's where you went.
Yep.
So now that cements a what? An expectation.
Yeah, that you should make it to the conference.
So now you not only do you fail the expectation, but you lose. And I'm doing the same thing you said.
Yeah.
The Cavaliers losing in the second round to the fucking Pacers would be mind blowing. So I'm trying to think of. I don't even think the Warriors beating the Timberwolves would be mind blowing. Yeah, but I'm trying to give them a first round exit to make the argument on par.
Mm-hmm. You still getting it.
Right. That's why I'm like, whoa. The Pacers are even in the second round. That would okay, but. Yeah, so the Timberwolves, who now have shown that they can get to the conference finals regardless of seeding, in this tough Western Conference, they were able to do it in back-to-back years, correct? Yep. Now they lose in the first round, and that don't put them on a hot seat like it would do for Kenny Atkinson?
No, I don't think so, just because I feel like.
So only Kenny Atkinson.
No, it's the expectations of the team. I'm looking.
They have expectations. They just went to the conference finals back to back. But they've relatively had more success than the Cavaliers.
But who has higher expectations, the Cavs or the Timberwolves?
The Cavs, due to the
Eastern Conference and their roster,
for sure.
Yeah,
but the Timberwolves are in a tougher conference.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I don't think that saves jobs, which is why my point of Taylor Jenkins and Mike Malone getting fired. I don't think that's how it goes. The parallel.
I don't think Mike Malone's firing had anything to do with them coming up short.
You don't?
I think part of it was.
You think if they went to the NBA Finals, his ass would have gotten fired?
Mike Malone could not have controlled Jamal Murray consistently being hurt in the playoffs. That's not something he could have controlled. Jamal Murray literally was hurt for 2 seasons straight after them making it to the conference final, after them winning the NBA Finals. That's not Mike Malone's fault. And he got fired right before the season ended. Now you're saying some of the same things I said for Kenny Atkinson. You're literally saying the Cavaliers had one of their all-time great seasons last year. They lost in a series where I think we all predicted them to win, and large part of it was because Darius Garland didn't even finish that series against the Heat. Remember, he was talking shit to Tyler Hero, and then we didn't see him? Yeah. And then he came back prematurely because they lost, I believe, the first game against the Pacers, or maybe they lost the first 2 games, and he was like, fuck it, I got to play. Then they lost Evan Mobley, who only played 8 playoff games last year. Yeah. And then they lost. And now you're saying that was a disappointment, for sure. But now we're doing the same thing with Chris Finch, and now you're saying, Mike Malone, you're saying he couldn't control the injuries.
Neither could Kenny Atkinson. No coach can.
Yeah, I just feel like every team's excuses could just waver differently, if that makes sense. I feel like that Cavs team was extremely deep, and they should have been able to still beat that Pacers team. They still had the talent to do that.
That Pacers team get hot, but if
that depth was the big reason.
Evan Mobley is arguably
their second best player.
Some people would even say they're first. Some people. Depends on who. And I'm not here to say who right or wrong.
Say, who the hell?
No, people who love the defense. He was a defensive player of the year.
Yeah, it's defense.
There's an argument that if you don't have Evan Mobley, this team looks completely different because of what he does defensively.
Yeah.
Not to take anything away from Donovan Mitchell, but I could see I think KB would be a guy who would try to make that argument. If you said Donovan Mitchell was the best player, I think KB would be like, I can see that, but what about all of the things? Because, he's a big defensive guy and everything like that. I
think that's kind of interesting. We were just, this is a minute ago.
I think Donovan Mitchell was the best player.
Yeah, we were talking about, like, can you be the best player when you're not, like, the first legit option?
Yeah.
And everybody's just like, nah.
Yeah, because, like, Rudy Gobert was never the best player on his team.
Absolutely.
But, like, he has 4 defensive players of the year.
I think Evan Mobley is a better all-around basketball player than Rudy Gobert. That's why the conversation would be. He's not the typical defensive big, because a lot of times it'll be like a Ben Wallace, Joakim Noah. These guys who are really good on defense, but they are kind of limited offensively. Evan Mobley, his aggression can go up, but he can pass, knock down the shot, he can score.
I think he could definitely be the most impactful, though, like Draymond Green.
Boom.
Like Draymond Green is showing you that he's literally the most impactful player on the Warriors, because when he don't play, they suck.
Last 2 playoff runs, though, I think Donovan Mitchell has made himself cemented as the best Cav. Like, he's scoring half the team points and doing, you know what I mean? Yeah. The amount of pressure he was putting on the Pacers, even when he was just by himself.
Yeah.
It was incredible. Didn't he give them the Pacers 50?
It was 40 something.
Okay.
Oh, was it 50?
I felt like it was 50.
I think it was 50. That's the still game they lost.
Yeah, like he's the best player. But I could see the value of the what word
defense. The impact.
The impact of Evan Mobley.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like you giving a lot of passes, only thing I'm trying to say, because you could be right. I mean, we've seen crazier shit happen in the NBA.
Yeah.
I just think that based off the things that we have seen, the logic that we sometimes use or we try to have with coaching, I think recent firings have showed us that that's not what happens. When they go in there and they do their season reviews, and we walk away or we come on a podcast and say, no, I think he's safe because X, Y, and Z, that's out of his control. It doesn't seem like that's how it is with ownership and everywhere else. Because, again, if they looked at it that way, I legitimately think Taylor Jenkins would still have a job. But there was something there for the Grizzlies to say, even with these injuries or whatever excuses he has, we feel like there's a level we could have been at or we could go to.
Did Taylor Jenkins lose the locker room? That also could be a factor. I don't remember what the report was.
I don't remember him losing the locker room, but I think there were certain things in certain situations that called some of his coaching to come into play, like get called out. I believe he had decisions that he was making in game or whatnot that they felt could be better. I don't know if you remember, but after that All-Star break, it got real tough and they couldn't beat a team above 500 or whatever. Yeah. And again, there's a bunch of excuses that I feel like Taylor Jenkins could have, but even with that shit, they're like, no, we're still good enough to be able to hold our own here.
Oh, yeah, and also I think what Ja Morant was extremely frustrated with how the offense was being ran.
Yeah.
He felt like it wasn't being ran as he was a star player. He felt like it was being ran as like a team thing, which was what Taylor Jenkins implemented the year before that when Ja was hurt, because he had to figure out a way to get the offense flowing. And I believe one
of their assistants had implemented it. But
yeah, I think that probably could have. If your star player is disgruntled without a coach is running the offense, that probably trickles down to like, okay, maybe he does have to leave.
Mm-hmm. I think Mike Malone is another thing, like you were saying. Can't control those injuries.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I do feel like
his was surprising though.
Mike Malone he was the one that kind of lost the locker room. Like his voice again, like he would be the one that was super emotional after games, and he would he would call out his players and call out stuff like that. And I think eventually the players kind of got just.
Didn't he say like they not gonna watch film or something like that? He said something about them not watching film.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's crazy that they don't watch film. I think MPJ also. I think MPJ. He said that they practice facilities sucks in Denver. He was saying it on his YouTube
Everybody
channel.
says that.
And I'm like, what's up with these teams in bad practice facilities?
Who's
like
the other team?
Like Memphis practice facility looks terrible.
All right, ain't got windows.
Windows or nothing. It's just, what's up? These organizations make way too much money to not have their players practicing in premium practice facilities. That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah. I mean,
because you have all the resources to do it.
Yeah. Especially when you like, that's what your players are using, so you can get the best product.
Yeah, so like how you developing talent if your talent don't even want to be in that building? Your talent should want to be in the building all the time. That shit should feel like they second home.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you, like I just feel like that's got to be improved significantly, man. And we can't be having these players out here hooping in terrible practice facilities. You're not getting anything done productive. They genuinely don't want to be there.
Desmond Bane got to start the movement.
Got to talk to the ownership.
Yeah, so watching him walk into that Orlando one was crazy. He was like, y'all got windows?
Billy Donovan?
Got windows. Huh?
The Bulls going to keep Billy Donovan, huh?
Yeah, it seemed like Billy Donovan just signed an extension, didn't he? And the front office.
The front office did.
And the front office did. So
he was one of the coaches I thought could have been on the hot seat. Just because, like, sometimes you just got to turn the other cheek and just move on, you know?
I mean, if he was on the hot seat, the Bulls would have let him interview for that Knicks job. But they obviously didn't let him. He was denied. I think the Knicks kind of solidified that a lot of coaches aren't on the hot seat. It was active for everybody, and everybody got denied. So that must mean literally no one's really available.
Yeah. I think it's also just hard to just find a head coach that fits perfectly. Like, you got to set yourself up.
I also think it's about blocking. It's like regardless of how I feel about my coach, why would I just let him go to the Knicks? Why would I let Ime Udoka just go to the Knicks?
Yeah.
Or, even Billy Donovan. Why am I doing the Knicks a favor? You know what I mean? Before we get into the later segment, I don't know if y'all saw, I went on Twitter, and I told them to throw some questions and thoughts and things like that. And we actually got good stuff.
Okay.
So I'm going to throw some questions out here.
Is this all basketball?
All basketball.
Okay.
All basketball. And I want y'all to answer as best as you can. Yep. If some put you on the spot, we can go back to some or anything like that. Yep. The first one is from my guy, Brian Guzman. He says, dark horse MVPs. I feel like we're hearing a lot of the usual names, but can we see an SGA-type leap/season from someone else?
Anthony Edwards is probably
yes.
He could probably be a dark horse in the Western Conference if he can somehow take his game to another level. We saw him every year; he just consistently gets better. If there's another leap that we see, especially on the playmaking side, where you see him making guys around him better, and the defense. I think Anthony Edwards has the tools to make an all-defensive team too. So like if we see him get to that level, where he's doing it on both ends of the floor, similar to like what we've seen like with the Dwayne Wades and the Kobe Bryants and the Jordans. Then I think that he can really catapult his team up those standards a lot.
What's the lowest seed you think the Timberwolves could be for him to win MVP? Because we just did the segment last segment ago, and y'all was telling me y'all think the Timberwolves can still be a 6 or 7 seed.
They got to have home court advantage in the playoffs, so like that 4th seed. I think if they're
do you think that's realistic? Because
if he takes that leap, yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, if he takes that leap to where he's all defensive and we see the playmaking leap and he's still getting you 27 to 28 a night, yeah, I think there's a world where he could do it.
I do too. Y'all, I was surprised to hear y'all say that y'all think that they would be that low. I feel like they're going to have home court advantage. I think they could be the 4 or 5 seed. I think you have the Thunder, the Rockets, and the Nuggets. After that, I think the Timberwolves can be just as good as any of those other teams. I could easily see them at 4. I mean, the Clippers have a good team.
Because I wrote down the standings, my prediction for the standings for the segment we're doing later.
Yeah.
I had a Nuggets, Thunder, Rockets, Clippers, Lakers, Wolves.
You think the Lakers would be better than the Timberwolves?
I have something like very similar.
Because I just think Luka Doncic and LeBron James will probably have them a little bit higher.
Than the Minnesota Timberwolves?
Yeah, 1 spot higher. But because I think the records will probably be similar. I just gave the Lakers a slight edge because of Luka and LeBron.
Shit.
It's not no prediction. That's what you got to remember.
Huh?
It's not a prediction. That's what you got to remember, P.
Yeah,
No,
true.
It ain't. But he told her. He just said that
was the dream
kinda
scenario.
So, for one, I'm gonna just say like a dark horse. I guess it'd be Trey or Cade for me.
Yeah, they are one.
But like to your other point about like how low can your seeding be for like Anthony Edwards, the Milwaukee Bucks. I know Giannis and I know dark horse, but I think he's gonna have like one of his best individual seasons, just because it ain't really shit over there. Like he's gonna have to carry a lot for them to be successful. So if he had like one of his best individual seasons and they were somehow to like a 5th or 6th seed, I could still see him in the conversation and somehow getting it.
Kawhi Leonard could be someone. I know normally he's not in that conversation, but if the Clippers are really putting belt to ass next season, and we're seeing him consistently playing at a high level.
He even played a amount of games.
Yeah, it's enough games. If he's playing enough games for us,
at this point in his career, I don't even think that's what he's going to be striving for.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I like the Anthony Edwards one. I like the Trae Young one. The Trae Young one is the one I was thinking about last night because the wins and the seeding always comes into play, which I hate, to be honest with you. Because to y'all, both, I think one of y'all, or maybe both of y'all said it, or you, it's like if that Bucks team is like the 5th seed in the East and Giannis is like backpacking them crazy, them being 5th should stop him from being MVP.
Mm-hmm. No, I think we saw with Jokic. He won it as a 6th seed. I think there's always certain context.
But they gave him a certain narrative because of the injuries.
The injuries too, yeah.
So it's like Giannis won't have an injury narrative. He just is on a team that ain't that damn good. What was Russ that year?
Was it?
It was like the 4th or 5th seed too.
It was like around a 6 seed.
3-6. Rockets versus Thunder. Was that 3-6 or 4-5?
I thought it was 4-5. Maybe I'm wrong, but it might have been.
That's still not home court in the playoffs.
Yeah,
I mean, he did have to average a triple double. I don't know if Giannis is gonna do a triple double, but I kind of like the idea of that, where you could win the MVP if you're the 5th or 6th seed without home court advantage. I know winning is important, but when you look at the teams right now that are going to be at the top of each standings, they're really good teams. Yeah. The Knicks have Brunson, Cat, McHale, OG. The Cavs are going to have Donovan, Darius, Evan, and Jared Allen, even a 6th Man of the Year candidate with DeAndre Hunter. The Thunder are going to have J-Dub, Chet, Shea. The Nuggets are going to have Jamal and Luka. And Jokic, and then the Lakers got Luka, LeBron. So when you look at a Giannis and compare him to his counterparts, his second best player is not even going to sniff an All-Star game.
That's why I'm looking at teams like Denver. It's just like, okay, they were 4th, and you look at teams above them like OKC or Rockets. There's times where Shea could have probably missed the games, or Chet missed a lot of games. They still won.
They was the best team by 16 games.
If Jokic missed half the season, this team is nowhere near where they need to be.
He's the real guy, but Brian Guzman said dark horse.
Yeah. I think he's just like. He's
because
a major example of what an MVP should kind of be.
It also helps him that Jamal Murray is at this threshold that it just doesn't feel like he's going to eclipse.
Yeah.
Like he's not technically. Jokic don't have
an all-star team.
All NBA play. All NBA teammate. Because I'll give Jamal Murray the all-star nod. Like he's an all-star level player. But people
Jalen
are going to
Brunson's also one of those guys too. He could probably sneak in there. I don't know if y'all would consider him a dark horse.
Jalen Brunson is a dark horse because the Knicks could arguably, I give the respect to the Cavs to possibly be the best team out east, but the Knicks are still in that conversation too.
Yeah. And also Brunson's going to have those moments.
Yeah.
He's going to have a lot of MVP type moments. He does it every year. Consistent clutch. He's always someone you can rely on down the clutch of the game, and I just trust him with the ball in his hands down the stretch of games. And those are like MVP qualities that you would like to see in a guy, and he's going to consistently display them.
Let's put a top 5 dark horse. So we got Brunson in it. We got Anthony Edwards. We got Trae Young. I'll ride with Mike for the Cade Cunningham.
I like the Cade pick, and then we could probably throw a name like.
I just feel like they're going to probably be a little low.
Hey,
this is another name I'm just throwing out there. You don't got to add this to the list, but what if Kevin Durant got back in the MVP conversation?
I thought about that. Because the thing that stopped me last night, though, is the same thing I said to him about Kawhi.
Yeah.
They're going to be so deep, so young that it's
like. Because he was in MVP conversations last year at the beginning of the season before he got hurt.
And
that was like
9
10
games.
Yeah, it was like 10 games.
They were like 9-1 or something like that. Yeah. But those are probably
they're going to be up there. They're going to have the wins.
Is there any scenario where Victor Wembanyama
I wanted to go crazy.
That's why the Western Conference is so tough, because there's a reality where the Spurs are like 9th, 10 play-in team. And then there's this reality where everything clicks and they're the surprise of the league. There's a reality where the Mavericks are kind of solid and, you know, they're able to really defend with AD, Lively, Gafford, PJ off, you know, the bench.
Right.
There's a world where y'all said where the Lakers are still a 50-win team and, you know, LeBron and Luka is enough. Then it's these realities where the Lakers can't afford for Luka or LeBron to miss 9 to 10 games and they're at the bottom in the play-in. Or the Mavericks miss Kyrie Irving too much and, you know, AD isn't healthy. Like all of those teams that I'm bunching up together, they have no room for error. And it's like Luka can't miss really any games for the Lakers. Anthony Davis can't really miss any game for the Mavericks. Vic can't really miss any game for the Spurs. Hell, Anthony Edwards can't really miss any games for the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
And he got to play another 75 to 77 games. There's like this pack in that Western Conference, and a lot of the questions I hope
a lot of that stuff don't happen because we're gonna have a team like the Kings sneak in or something like that.
Oh fuck.
Kings gonna be in there.
Well, I will say,
in the play.
I will say, I think even if LeBron and Luka and Anthony Edwards, Anthony Davis
still make the play-in.
Miss time, they would just fall to the play-in.
Yeah.
But I don't think any of those teams would want to be in the play-in. But I still think that they would be a little better than this. Because when I picture the Lakers, one of their best players missing 8 games, it stops them from being a 50-win team, and now they're a 43, 44 type. And I think that may still be more than the Kings.
Yeah.
It's just that, do you want to have to go through the play-in and play a 1 seed or a 2 seed with a 40-year-old LeBron James? Like, if you're the Lakers, I think you don't want to have to do all of that.
No.
Personally.
You probably want to get him rested up for the
Exactly.
So why am I having him play 40 minutes in his play-in?
That was a good question, Brian Guzman. The other question that we have is from, I'm going to try to pronounce these names right. This is from our guy, Pat, the designer. He says, it used to be okay to let players develop, and now if they don't hit immediately, you're looking for the next best thing. Yeah. What are y'all thoughts on like player development around the league?
I think that rookies are pressured to be good like immediately, as much as they have in like a long time. If not, like this is how it is now, where a rookie comes in and, like he said, if they're not performing, not only do you have like all the media conversations where this can he hit this level? Is he a bust and all that? But you legit might find yourself in a situation where you're pigeonholed and now you don't know how to find your way into the league.
Let me ask y'all this, to piggyback on that and what you just said. Do you think front offices are looking at it like that? Or do you think this is a media and a social media thing where these conversations happen and it ain't really mattering or holding weight?
I think it's a little bit of both.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of conversations that people, even us, have that like it probably really don't matter in the grand scheme what GMs think.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of flow over from what happens on media to all these GMs and people like that. They be on social media too, and they see the shit that comes at them, and I feel like they are pressured to do a little bit of that. I felt like that's what happened in the Dame situation. I honestly don't think they really wanted to trade Dame away, but I feel like the pressure that just the NBA community put that they trade Dame, save Dame, like free Dame, that shit built up to the point where it's like that became an actual thing. I really think there's a spillover from media to real NBA.
Well, that was Dame's decision. I don't think the Portland Trailblazers traded him just blind. Like he requested a trade. Like he wanted to be.
No, I don't think he thinks that they blindsided him.
Dame spent a lot of time saying that he didn't really feel like requesting a trade was the way to go.
I think both sides didn't want it to happen, but I think it became inevitable when you were forced to draft Scoot. They didn't have any choice. They were literally the 3rd pick in a draft with Vic, Miller, and Scoot. And once you take Scoot, who had crazy hype coming into that year, it's like, what are we going to do? We have Anthony Simons. We just used the 3rd pick on a guard. I mean, I think that kind of made both of the sides be like, yeah. And so Dame requested a trade, which I still don't think he wanted to leave.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of, and I don't think they wanted to trade him either, but I think it kind of, you know what I'm saying? It's just like.
Sometimes shit just happens.
Yeah. I do think that media do puts a lot of pressure on players, though. I think we got to just pump the brakes a little bit, let guys develop. I think even like a guy like Scoot Henderson, I think a lot of people looking at him, they're probably looking at him in a different light, thinking he's a bust and whatever. But I think Scoot just needs a little bit of time. He's young. His archetype takes a little minute to adjust. He's fast. He's uber athletic. And he needs to learn how to control his speed and use his speed as a weapon. Sometimes that's just something that players just have to learn. And it just takes time. And I think we got to be a little bit more patient. And some guys, they aren't the Luka Doncic's and the Trae Youngs of the world where they're coming in and immediately being in all-star conversations and leading the league and assists and doing this and that. And it's like, sometimes we just got to let the guy develop.
Bro,
like sometimes you do hit goal and you hit on Luka and Trae Young. Sometimes you're not.
I think Luka was one of them people that showed that conversation right there. Like, he was in year 1 or year 2 or whatever, and I think he did his thing in the playoffs, and obviously the Mavericks lost. They were saying, should Luka request a trade? This dude was literally like in his sophomore season, and they're talking about like the Mavericks can't put the best team around him. That's how quick we are to just put pressure on teams and just thirsty to see success from a lot of guys when it takes a lot of time, honestly.
Yeah, I think it's a fine balance. I definitely think these players, like I think Scoot Henderson is a great example. But then there's this other side of it where it's like there are things that you want to see. Like if we just being legit and we being honest, because of the influx of talent that's coming into the season every single year, because teams are kind of getting tough position because the rookie extensions and everything like that, and how the money is working in the NBA, I can see it's a tough situation to be in. It's a super tough situation to be in because you do have to be ahead of the curve if you're running an NBA team. So what I mean by that is if Scoot ain't going to be the player that you thought he was going to be, the sooner you figure that out, the better suited you can be to make your next move. So some GMs, because there's a reality, some GMs are fighting for their job. So they have to know. Some GMs can't afford for a guy to have 4 years to say, yeah, he just ain't it. By the time that happens, you out of a job, and you're never going to get a GM job again. So from that aspect, I kind of understand it. But then again, like you said, like Luka Doncic is already one of the greatest players we've ever seen. To think that guys are going to come in and do that all the time is weird. Like even I remember somebody said in the media, and I can't remember who it was, but I remember I heard somebody say, if Victor Wembanyama doesn't have an Akeem Olajuwon type career, it will be a failure. And I was like, that to me is exactly the issue and the problem is like we say things like that in the media and we don't see the problem in that. That is a crazy ass thing. We're talking about one of the greatest centers of all time. There's no way we look at a prospect who hasn't played a single minute in the NBA and says, man, if he ain't Michael Jordan, he's a failure. That's like
even if he comes up a step,
because Akeem Olajuwon is damn near the Michael Jordan of centers. I mean, it's like him,
he's one of the ones.
Kareem, Shaq, like he's in that conversation.
Yeah, I think there's also one of the things wrong. Yeah, I can't even say wrong because there's a lot of times where you just have to fit it in, but comparison in the NBA takes away a lot. Like when you
in the NBA,
comparison is the thief of joy
in life.
Yeah, literally. And I know that like this part of our jobs to compare players, but I feel like comparing just be going too much, too far sometimes.
It's like anything else when it needs the proper context.
You don't need to.
Yeah.
You don't need to constantly compare players, especially when you could look at that player as a certain individual. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to show a lot more quality just looking at me, myself, than looking at me and Darrick at the same time and try to compare them.
Right.
Myself. Like, you're going to see more things.
Development isn't linear.
Yeah.
So you might have a guy who becomes a superstar immediately when he comes in the league. You might not have a guy become a superstar until his 4th year in the league. You might have a guy who doesn't figure it out until he gets to his 2nd team, like Wiggins and Gordon.
And it might not be a star. It might be an elite role player.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I think there's a bonus in that. Like, not everybody who's drafted high is going to always become a star. Like, unfortunately, that's just where you projected to go, and you're going to get drafted there. But if you could just end up just having a long career and just be productive and shit, maybe even go someplace and win championships as a role player, I think you had an extremely successful career. Like that's considered a W. You might not have lived up to being a top 5 pick. That's okay. You reworked yourself and you found your mold and you became a great role player.
The next question is from my boy Hottie. He says, will NBA owners ever start operating like NFL owners in the sense of hiring a new head coach and GM together to rebuild the franchise and give shorter leashes to front offices? Are y'all familiar with that strategy?
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen it in Chicago a few times.
We've seen attempts.
Yeah. But I don't
would say
think
probably
so.
not.
Because a lot of times, I feel like the coach goes first, and then the GM usually gets to determine. I feel like the coach always goes first, and then even second. The GM's probably gonna fire. They could probably fire 2 coaches before the owner's like, okay, maybe we do got to fire you too, and then they clean house. So no, I don't think we'll ever see that because there's usually like there's a domino effect.
The
usually.
GM got a longer leash.
Yeah.
Like, I would assume the average amount of years that like a GM keeps his job is probably longer than a coach.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I feel like GMs stick around for like 5+ years usually.
But I think the NFL is the same way.
Oh.
Like, I think, like even Poles with the Bears, they ain't fired him and Eberflus.
No, they didn't.
Fired Eberflus.
Yeah, they fired Eberflus.
But I don't think Poles is did Poles hire Eberflus? I can't remember. He might. I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my brain. Everything is a blur.
Yeah.
But my point is, I think certain GMs. I just think that what Hadi is saying is like there's an alignment, and I don't know if NBA owners will start doing it like around the league. But I do think when you look at some franchises and they haven't had success in a long, like there are certain franchises we talk about, they may miss the playoffs here and there. They may have a down year, but then they'll get back to what they do. There's some teams that just have never had that. God bless you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like if you've been gone for out of the playoffs for a decade, then yeah, I think you should probably be one of those teams that tries to align.
Yeah.
You should try to get your GM, your coach, and your top player all on one accord to have some type of structure and vision that can really pan out. I also will say though, the difference is, in my opinion, there's 1,000 more moving parts in the NFL than it is in the NBA. Yeah. There's 1,000 more moving parts.
There's a lot
you have
more
defensive
players,
schemes. They have three coaches. You have a head coach, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. Like
you also have a special teams coach.
There's just too many moving parts.
Yeah.
The NBA doesn't have a point guard coach, shooting guard coach, small forward coach, power forward coach, and a center coach. They don't have all of that. You got 53 players on a team. 48 can play at once and dress. You know what I mean? You have 2 teams. The offense and the defense are damn near 2 separate teams.
They really are.
So it's like
it's more than 2 NBA teams, right?
Way more complicated in the NFL than the NBA. So I see why you need that alignment. You need it. The schemes is everything in the NFL. A scheme can make a player. We've seen players look great in schemes and then go to a different team and get a bag, and he ain't shit because of the scheme. The scheme made him look way better than the reality of it was. So it's like, everything is so predicated to a certain degree in the NFL that I think it's a little bit more important for them to do it.
Yeah, I also think just certain teams just struggle with like even like developing talent to where like they can't, where like you can't really see the full product. Like you said, like I think like a guy like Darnell Mooney, I think he struggled here. He went to Atlanta and he blossomed last year.
Scheme.
Yeah. So like, yeah, I think it goes into what you're saying. Yeah.
He was also he played out of his role with the Bears. He was a number 1 receiver.
Yeah.
He's not. No disrespect, Darnell Mooney, but I don't think anybody is like.
You're thriving in your role now, so it works.
Andreas Anderson said, looking at teams, young or old, contenders or not, What is the type of player that is the best value for money signing? Non-rookie contract. Yes, max contract players typically produce more, but is that value for money or just what is expected?
So a guy, you said, what
did he
say? Eliminate just max contracts, right?
He's saying what type of player is the best value for money signing?
Yeah.
So he's saying obviously a max contract player.
That's what I was thinking of. So a guy like Caruso comes to mind. I think Caruso's making $20 million a year, maybe a little less. And he's giving you all defensive type impact. He's giving you good playmaking.
Caruso is making $20 million a year now?
I think that when they gave him a 2-year, when he signed with the Thunder, then they gave him a 2-year, $40 million extension or something. Okay. I think.
I was asking you. I wasn't saying you was wrong. I
thought they gave him some sort of extension like that to where
he was making 20.
20, okay. Yeah. I think he's giving you good production at a premium price. And I think that's amazing. Aaron Gordon comes to mind as well. I think what you're getting from Aaron Gordon on both sides of the floor now, you can't take him off the court. He's the perfect guy that you could put next to Jokic. He could sometimes give you some small ball 5 minutes. And I think Aaron Gordon has really evolved to where he can really be a very good contract without having to be something that really breaks the bank for you.
Yeah, probably like that same archetype of like a Nikhil. Basically those guys that are kind of like really good glue guys, but you don't have to pay them crazy amount. Like Nikhil making 15. Mm-hmm. I like those type of value players because you could also, if the right thing comes up, and I'll say like a Lou Dort too, because I always see his contract is like 18. Like the right trade comes up, you can make that money work.
Yeah, Herb Jones will probably be one of those dudes that I think you're getting all defensive impact and good 3-point shooting from him to where like.
How much does he make now? Because he got an extension too.
I think he making around $18 million a year, if I'm not mistaken. But I think that's one of those dudes that's giving you good production for the bang of his contract. Yabusele with the Knicks, I thought that was a very good deal. Because I thought the season that he had with the Philadelphia 76ers for Herb Jones, Herb Jones making $22 million now. So I think that's good value for Herb Jones. I'm trying to look around the league and think of some more names. Dorian Finney-Smith was a very good contract.
The best value contracts to me is a mold. And what I'm about to say gonna sound a little harsh, but I'm just speaking in a business sense. The best value is the guys who've had to work for everything. So I look at like those they're guys who played 3 to 4 years of college, were older prospects.
Jose Alvarado.
And then we're either second round undrafted or a late first round pick. So you look at like a guy like Fred VanVleet. You look at Jalen Brunson. You look at Jimmy Butler. You look at Peyton Pritchard, Andrew Nembhard. You want to throw
I say Jose Alvarado because when he got his contract, it wasn't really much.
Exactly.
But to him, that shit, had to be. It was a blessing. It would be a blessing for a lot of people.
That's the point.
Draymond Green will be there.
Those second round picks, I can't remember his contractual situation. I know he's second round, but those second round picks, and Draymond is also just a tad bit different, but they're second round picks who played 3 to 4 years in college, so they won't need a bunch of development, but they're grinders. And Mike, you hit it on the head. When you are a two-way player, when you are a two-way player grinding into the NBA off of a two-way contract, when they give you money, your perspective is not the same as a lottery pick who has already made in his first contract, I don't know, $80 million, $70 million, $60 million. Right. It's different.
Yeah.
So what ends up happening is, look at the guys who are on these contracts. Peyton Pritchard, the contract is ridiculous because he values security. What Jalen Brunson wanted from the Mavericks, and it's crazy they didn't give it to him, wasn't even nothing. He just wanted security. Andrew Nembhard's contract with the Pacers, that value that they're getting on that contract is crazy, especially considering that they won't have Tyrese Halliburton next year, and so Nembhard is going to really outplay.
They got him wrapped up at the perfect time.
At the perfect time. Those second round picks who don't need a bunch of development, who just need opportunity, and they're going to grind. It's also implemented into their DNA. So when Fred VanVleet grinded his way from being an undrafted free agent, basically a two-way on the Raptors G League team, elevated from the G League to be an actual rotation player, from rotational player to one of the first players off the bench, from one of the first players off the bench to a starter. When he started getting paid like real money, his game ain't fall off because he's already a grinder. His game, like, that's just what it is. You have to grind for it. Jalen Brunson, he ain't get his bag from the Knicks or get his opportunity and just like stop. He grinded. Jimmy Butler, when he got all his bags, Jimmy Butler kept giving you everything that you asked for. So it's just like that second round pick who ain't never had shit and it ain't that they don't want shit, but they value security. I just look around the league at so many steals. Like Peyton Pritchard just won 6th Man of the Year. Like Peyton Pritchard.
I think he's making like $8 million a year.
Come on, man.
They got him wrapped up really fast. I mean, it was that year where they.
He signed a 4-year, $30 million contract.
Yeah.
If he just waited a little bit, that shit would have been a bag.
His average salary is $7.5 million.
Yeah, they wrapped him up because they had needed backup guard production because they traded.
Oh, I know why they locked him up.
Yeah.
But he valued security more than saying, man, no, y'all lowballing me. I'm going to go out here and I'm going to go get. No, it's like.
Because he was somebody who was begging for opportunity. He requested a trade.
Andrew Nembhard is making $58 million over 3 years.
Yeah.
That's just amazing.
He outplays that in the playoffs every year.
Yeah.
Caruso was just, before this extension, was making $9 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, he legit had the best contract in basketball.
Yeah, I mean,
he legit did. Like he
helped y'all win a championship, and then y'all
don't say y'all. Don't say y'all.
Then y'all didn't answer his phone call.
Yeah, which
that'd
sucks.
be crazy when I hear stuff like that. When they be like, a team they didn't even give me a chance to stay. They just didn't even.
It sucks because he says he wanted to stay in LA.
Yeah.
He wasn't asking for much.
No,
but if y'all weren't even going to respect him, why the hell would he
Caruso was on a 2-way contract when he first came into the league. He played good, obviously, and the Lakers gave him a 2-year, $5 million deal.
Bro,
he then takes that two-year, $5 million deal with an average salary of $2.7 million, wins a championship, and goes to the Bulls for $36 million over 4, which is basically a $9 million salary.
Mm-hmm.
Second round and undrafted players, the value to them is security. So instead of playing this game about money where you see all of these first round picks, lottery guys who used to get in certain money.
We got Austin Reeves on the steal too.
Yeah, but I think Austin Reeves, we just see him turn down his extension. He at a different level.
Yeah,
certain guys hit that level quick where they just like, I ain't fuck security.
He was able to get him on that quick though, where he was like at 13 or something like that.
But like, yeah, it's just I think
this market gonna be super crazy next summer.
Who?
Austin Reeves.
He willing to find out. Shit. I'm sure I think somebody would pay Austin Reeves. He's a good basketball player. He's shown he can play with LeBron and Luka. If you can play with those two guys and coexist, you can play anywhere. So yeah, I think he's gonna have.
What are y'all paying him though? He wants 30 plus probably. I'm assuming. Y'all think he's worth 30 plus annually?
Yeah.
Depending on who the team is, yeah.
He probably is. Are we gonna give it to him?
Probably
I don't
not.
know. It depends.
It depends on what LeBron. Yeah, I think it depends on y'all LeBron.
I think he's worth the 30 plus though, for sure.
Julius Randle got an extension from the Timberwolves, right?
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
It was like 30.
Yes, around 30. Yeah, he literally like kept the same value of what he's at now.
Yeah, based off how some of these new contracts, yeah, I think he can get, even if it ain't 30, it'd be like
25.
No, I think it'd be higher than 25. I was gonna say like 28, 27.
KB said that he wanted to call and give a hot take about whatever.
Call him right now.
Just call him.
We doing questions.
I told him the topics.
Call him.
I'm calling him.
Doing all that damn talking about nothing.
I thought he was gonna call me.
I will say our time is valuable here on the Numbers on the Board podcast. So he better have a really hot take.
Hello? Hello?
You live on the podcast, man. You wasting mic space.
Do you have your hot take you said you had?
Yeah, the most valued contract in basketball is the $14 million that Cam Thomas is about to sign to stay with the Brooklyn Nets.
Oh man.
So that was the hot take, huh?
That's okay.
I'm glad he brought it up at least.
Okay, what, Cam Thomas?
He's just getting that 14.
I think.
I don't know. Why is that the most valuable contract in the NBA?
Because ain't nobody think they was finna give him 14 M's. When I seen that shit, I was like, damn. That's how y'all finna do the man, so.
That's why I think that shit ain't valuable, because my mans might as well just say peace. I would just spite them. I would leave.
But unfortunately, he has to. He can't leave. He's under restricted. This is like the downside of restricted free agency. Like he literally can't leave.
Yes, he can. Not right now. You just signed
he has to wait till next year.
Qualifying offer, and then I'm gone. If, you know what I'm saying? If that's what it is. Qualifying offer, and oh my gosh, my big toe hurt. I have to miss 73 games. Phoenix Buns. That's a crazy name. Says, now that D-Book is the Suns point guard, I wanted to know your opinions on a point guard shift where now it's a position in which a lot of players are expected to be elite scorers first and playmakers second, when it used to be the opposite.
Yeah, that's just.
I just think that's the way the NBA has shifted. You just can't be a pass first point guard, really, unfortunately.
Damn.
Unless you're like Tyrese Halliburton. Tyrese has found a way to balance it, but if you look around the league, all the point guards, they kind of do both. They're hybrids now.
But even then, everybody criticizes Tyrese, telling him he needs to score more. So, like, that's the only thing is, you're right, that's the way the NBA is going. That's why I feel like the point guard, kind of like traditional point guard, is kind of losing some of its ways. You see it still where it's like, let's get a backup traditional point guard to kind of fill those responsibilities. But I liked it when we had a guy that legit, his job was to set everybody up. You know, like Darrick Fisher was right next to Kobe, and Darrick Fisher was no amazing playmaker, but he made sure Kobe was going to get that damn ball. And he made it easier for him versus Kobe just pound. You can let your best players just get to their spots, and the point guard will get the offense set up and give them the ball a little bit. It just runs the show a little bit easier. And we have problems like that where I guess you have your best player trying to mix it up where he's got to get everybody else involved but also score. When it's just too much to handle, man.
I think it's the analytic game, kind of, where it's like, doesn't it make more sense for the best player to touch the ball the most and have a certain amount of usage? It's kind of like baseball, where your power hitters would be 3 or 4. Now in baseball, they're leading off because it's like the numbers say that he'll get more at bat. We want Aaron Judge to have more at bats, because when you do the math, if we put him at 3 or 4, the batting order coming through will give him less at bats, and we just want our best hitter to have the most at bats on our team. Versus back in the day where you wanted the speed and the ability to get on base to lead off the game. So I feel like that's how it is in NBA, where it's not about the position, it's about your best player, your best scorer having the ball the most and putting a certain amount of pressure on defenses and hoping that he'll be able to leverage his scoring ability into table setting. Yeah. So if I'm Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and I can get to my spots anywhere and I'm making defenses collapse and I'm making defense have to play gap, hopefully I can then make the proper decisions to hit J-Dub on a backdoor cut or kick it out to an open Lou Dort. And we saw some games. One of those games in the finals, didn't Shai have like 11, 12 assists, no turnover? Like, that's what the Celtics, hey, let's just give Jason Tatum the ball, put Derek White, Drew Holiday, Porzingis, and all of these guys around him. He's our best scorer. Let him do his shit, and hopefully he can process the defenses enough to make the proper kickouts and reads when his scoring talent is opening up opportunities for his teammates. Versus Darren Williams, come be an on-floor coach. Chris Paul, you're an extension of Byron Scott while you're on the floor. Or John Stockton, you're going to learn Jerry Sloan's system like the back of your hand. Steve Nash, Jason Kidd.
Well, what was that? Jason Williams just talking about how when he was passing that ball, he would learn about how his teammates like to catch it. So if he like to catch it in the seams, I'll make sure he get in.
Get it right in the seams.
They don't make them like that no more.
Yeah,
they don't make them like that no more.
But I think my initial thought was what you brought up. The position in itself, because of that, it does lose some of the value a little bit. But I think the next best thing and one of the most valuable positions or roles in the NBA is to have a steady backup point guard. Mm-hmm. That backup point guard position is like, it's night and day. It's why I agree with you every time you said it. The impact that Dennis Schroeder had on his Pistons, for him to be able to come off that bench, he guarded full court against the Knicks in that series. Yep. He could coexist with their best player in Cade Cunningham. He was able to play with the ball with Cade, play off the ball with Cade, a pick and roll decision maker. He could speed the game up and get quicker possessions.
Tyus Jones felt like one of the best
with the Grizzlies.
Yes.
And then when your star player does go down, they're still steady enough to come in and hold it down for 10 to 11 games. Mm-hmm. So I do think that, we're not going. And that's why somebody asked me about it in the stream. It's like, man, what's your thoughts on this being Chris Paul's last season? It's like, I'm not a Chris Paul fan like KB, but what it is, like, kind of sad in a sense. I don't know when we're going to see another. Like, we might not see these Chris Pauls and Rondos ever again.
Yeah, because the kids growing up nowadays, they're not going to look up to those guys. They're looking at.
I think they're still going to look up to him because, I mean, if you're a kid and you're only going to be 6'1", you're going to have to reference the 6'1" guys.
But I feel like a lot of them are probably going to look at like Steph Curry and Damian Lillard. Like, they're going to look at those guys before they go back and look at the Rondos and Chris Pauls.
As we just look at the game differently, if you're a small point guard, you're probably going to stick out by scoring the ball versus like setting people up. Like, the number one guys that
what's small point guard to you?
Probably like 6 foot. Or just in general, like
if you're a 6 foot guard, this is why this is the point that I was making to him. You can't reference a scoring guard. How many 6 foot guards are going to score on a level of the guards in the league? Jalen Brunson is, and in this point of a, like in this day and age, Brunson and Mitchell are like kind of like anomalies. Mm-hmm. Donovan
Mitchell plays as like big as anybody else at 6'1". Like I think he's different. Like, not too many 6'1" players are just going up against the Giants and it's just barely effective.
Yeah, we have like 3 or 4. That's not an archetype, I think. I mean, Trae Young, Jalen Brunson, Donovan Mitchell. Who else is like a legitimate first option 20-plus points to 20? Mm-hmm. These guys, I'm sorry, these are like 25-point scorers at 6 foot. Mm-hmm. Am I forgetting anybody though?
I don't think they're the majority, but that's what I'm saying. I think for those guys to stand out, they're legit can get you like 30 on any given night. If they weren't the type of scorers that they were, I don't think they would get that same type of attention. You know, so just because of size.
But that's why I think that when a kid's coming up, if you are going to be a 6 foot guard, you can't look at Steph Curry. Yeah. Steph Curry is 6'3". Mm-hmm. It don't seem like a big difference, but the difference between a Steph Curry at 6'3" and a Trae Young is night and day.
Yeah,
it's night and day. And so if you're coming up as a 6 foot guard, you're kind of still going to have to reference a Chris Paul. The hard thing about the reality is it's going to be harder for you to get into the NBA is the point. It's going to be so much harder.
Yeah.
Because the way that they make in the game is, hey, we're going to put the ball into Giannis's hands, who is 6'11". Mm-hmm. We're going to put the ball into Jason Tatum's hands, who is 6'8". Luka is 6'7". Anthony Edwards is a 6'4", 6'5" guard. And it's like, hey, Mike Conley's getting older. We'll just let him be the point guard.
That's another thing that I think that teams kind of shift away from it. And I don't think it's the entire thing, but if I have a guy that's 6'11", that's handling the ball, and he's kind of taking away the duties of the point guard, why would I leave that guy that's 6'1", 6'2", that's kind of getting attacked by like the offense is attacking him when he's on defense? Why wouldn't I just put another combo guard who could just space the floor and I can let Giannis continue to do his thing?
Yep. That's the part that when you hear Chris Paul and these other guys etching out the game, it's like we may not see that type of player again because if you are going to be in the league, you have to be and play at like how the 30 minutes and be a starter or all NBA or whatever. You're going to have to score the ball. You got to be like Jalen Brunson, where you're averaging 25 a game, or you got to be like Trae Young, where you're 24 points per night with 12 assists and leading the league in assists.
It's like, I guess, Davion Mitchell. You really got to have that dog mode or like dog mold in you, like Davion Mitchell, to kind of fight. Like,
and even then,
I think those are one of the toughest spots to get.
Davion Mitchell is playing, but it's like the Miami Heat are looking at every option to upgrade the position.
Yeah.
I mean, Darius Garland, if you know, he's a playmaker, I guess, who is a starting point guard. What NBA team in each conference has a chance to catch people by surprise? Example: 24-25 Pistons.
Probably Atlanta. I don't know if they'll catch teams by surprise, but I think they have the ability to be really good next season, especially with all their new additions. I think his question is the ones where it's like, or maybe the Raptors.
Boom, it would be something where nobody is, because I don't think we thought the Pistons could improve, but not like how they did.
The Raptors, they got a lot of question marks, but I think if everything clicks, they could be a team that really catches teams by surprise, and then boom, we're looking at them as like a top 5 seed.
Oh, Maxey is a smaller guard.
Maxey is a smaller guard.
He's more so on the scoring though than playmaking.
Maxey is also, I think, bigger than.
He like 6'3".
Maxey also swole.
He is.
He ain't that damn swole. Donovan Mitchell's the one that's like swole.
Yeah, I think the Raptors will probably be at the top of my list for the teams that could probably catch anyone by surprise. I think that everybody else is kind of like, well, if for whatever reason the Heat clicks and they're no longer an 8 seed. But other than that,
I'm glad you just mentioned like no longer the 8 seed. Like, he ain't say they going to be top 3, top 4.
We talk about teams catching people by surprise, man. You bringing up shit that ain't a surprise.
Yeah,
the Heat being at 8 won't surprise me.
No, I said if they're no longer, like, what if they just jumped up to 6? Like, if that happened, then I think that would be a surprise.
I mean, sure, they won 3 more games.
The Hornets
is a good
the Hornets and the Raptors are probably the main 2 teams that could probably catch someone by surprise.
I'm gonna say Philly too.
Philly.
That just has to mean Joel Embiid is good.
I don't think that's a surprise.
That's not a
Mike.
surprise. That's why I didn't.
Yeah, his example is the last year Pistons, a team that won.
Yeah.
A team that lost 28 games in a row and then became a solidified playoff team.
Hornets.
Yeah, it'd be the Hornets or Raptors easily. Everybody else, I think, they're gonna suck.
That's just also part of the reason that like the East is just so open that, we know the top teams, but anybody else can damn near make it, except for like the Wizards or some shit.
Ethan Kaufman said, "Is D Mills and Mike gonna watch college basketball this year?"
I might as well. I've been trying to keep up with WNBA a little bit too, so especially when it don't be much on.
I'm definitely gonna. I'm not gonna. I haven't really been able to.
That's a no. That's a
fully
no.
commit to it.
That's a no.
He's still getting his Wi-Fi figured out.
Right. Yeah, he got to see if he gonna have his March Madness Wi-Fi. Why does it feel like draft prospects from today aren't as good or hyped up as before? It seems more draft picks of today are role players rather than franchise-altering picks. Now, I know we talked about this is the Drake Gomez. I know we kind of talked about draft picks earlier, but I saved this one because I do feel like it's a conversation. It's a conversation I have with my dad all the time. My dad is very tough on the draft picks that come into the years today because of what it used to be when I was a kid. So, like in the past, last year's draft, the number 1 pick was Zachary Richardson. And the 3rd pick was like a Reed Shepherd. Reed Shepherd didn't even really play. Yeah. And my dad, like, man, Melo was a 3rd pick and like was able to change. It used to be this. And so I was telling my dad, like, I get what he's saying, but I also go back and look at other drafts that I remember. And we had drafts back in the day too where, some of the guys didn't pan out, number 1.
Yeah. My first response to that is just like, it sounds good to just have all that talent in the draft where a number 5 pick or every year a number 5 pick can just be franchise changing.
But that was never the case.
It's just not reality.
Yeah.
Like the majority of the people in the league are role players. And like especially once you get down a little bit, you're not going to find too many stars in them. You're going to find more role players than stars. I can guarantee that.
I think some of those drafts we can't reference. Like that LeBron draft, that 03 draft.
That's one of the best drafts of all time.
One of the best drafts of all time. Because when you really go and you look at the drafts, or if you were just around, I remember the Andrew Bogut draft. Andrew Bogut was the number 1 draft pick. I think Marvin Williams was number 2 behind him. Like, we have so many. Emeka Okafor was a number 1 overall pick in the draft before. Like, we have so many. Tyrus Thomas was the 3rd pick behind, or the 2nd pick, I think, and the Bulls traded with the Blazers for LaMarcus Aldridge. There's so many drafts where that happens. My argument is this. I think there's a few things to this conversation that has to have the nuance. Number 1, let's just be honest. Basketball is like at a bad state right now as far as youth basketball, which impacts the draft because the youth is trying to become NBA players. So when you introduce the worldwide idea of AAU, which at this point makes us kind of old because AAU was even different when we was kids, let alone before we was playing basketball when we was small kids, to now what it is today. It's like me and Darrick legitimately tomorrow could start a team and just pick up random kids and just have. It was not like that when we were in high school.
Everybody just wasn't joining AAU.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, you needed the money for that shit. And then second of all, it was like, it was a few people.
It was like, hoopers.
Yeah.
Now you could be a guy that can't make your high school team and go play on an AAU team. That was never the idea. We was never at school, and this dude, I don't want to say never, because y'all have that funny story about the dude that tried out and played and was on the. No, he tried out for the team, didn't make it, but he played on the team with my brother.
Oh, yeah.
So you did have, though, I guess, a little bit, but I think far more today, you go to these tournaments and it's like thousands of teams. Every state got thousands and thousands of teams. And then it's like, how are you a starting guard for an AAU team, but then you go back to high school and you can't get in the game?
Yeah.
My kid can't make any teams, so I start my own program where my kid can be the starter and shoot up as many shots as he wants. Now, they use the numbers to say, oh, yeah, he averaging 23 points a game. But that's because I'm manufacturing that. If I have a son, if I have Prince today, and in 15 years, I manufacture the situation, colleges will probably, or somebody, I don't know, I don't even know how it works. They'll look and be like, oh, man, he had 32 today. But it's like, yeah, he has 32 today, but he is on a lower level AAU team. And it's manufactured for him to look that way. So then it's deceiving. It's just so many tricks and scams, really.
Yeah.
In the basketball and youth basketball right now that makes talent look better than what it is, and then it gets exposed. You're not scamming the NBA.
I think it's also part of it. Like everything can go viral now too. Like usually you had people they're filming you so you can have your footage or whatever that you want to send to colleges or make your little highlight tape. Now it's just like, bro, everybody got their camera phone out. Let me dance at the free throw line. Let me do something goofy or whatever. So it's just like a lot.
Even the non-goofiness. Yeah. I think the point that you just brought up is really, really good too, because what ends up happening, and this used to happen when we was younger too. The first time I seen Jason Tatum, he was in like 8th grade. He was a kid. It was like, yo, this top-ranked 13-year-old in St. Louis. So we've been ranking kids way too premature.
Yeah,
but now it's getting younger. It's like, this is the number 1 second grader in the country. And that's just like, you put that title on a kid or you rank him at 1st grade before we can even know how tall he's going to be or before he can even do his timetables.
Did you see, somebody did that with Paige Beckers or whatever. They were like, watch out.
He write that write-up, yeah. Now, that was decent.
Now, that's kind of cold.
That was cold.
Like that, but like, yeah.
But like actually going somewhere and putting together a list of 20 kids in a country who are 9 is fucking mind-blowing because it's like, dog.
This dude might not even want to play basketball when he grow up.
Legitimately.
He might want to be a damn dentist.
But then we start ranking kids and amplifying them so early that, like, it changes the perspective. Y'all know who Mikey Williams is?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mikey Williams was famous before he was a fucking junior in high school. By sophomore year, he had all of these followers, and you're famous. You got a different lifestyle. The Julian Newmans of the world. Highlight tapes and going viral and fame. They're famous and getting money and all type of shit before they are even out of high school. And I just think it fucks up the grind, the work ethic, and the mentality of getting your ass kissed because you're the best freshman in the world. And now you get big-headed and you get distracted before you can even finish high school, and you fall off a cliff.
Yeah.
How many guys of he was the number one player in his class since he was in 7th grade. And then by the time he get to college, that shit go root. Because the motherfucker has been telling them they going to the NBA since they was in 8th grade.
Didn't you, the guy on Bolingbrook, didn't you say he was the number 1 sophomore or something like that? Is it in the state or in the country?
He's definitely not the number 1 player in the country. He's one of the top players in the country for his class, though.
Oh, wow. That was it was funny because I was just literally just sitting in there watching the game. I was like, hey, this left-hand dude on Bolingbrook, he going
Davion
crazy.
Thompson. Yeah.
I didn't know his name.
I think they got another kid, too, that they just added that will be on the real team.
Shit.
They'll have like a little duo.
Because they got upset in the playoffs. The DGN.
But they're younger. So
Yeah.
I think this year they'll be a little, like this will be a junior year.
Yeah.
So they'll have a little bit more experience. But that is a way lesser thing, though. Like, you got the Imani Bates, the Julian Newmans, even a LaMelo Ball made it, but like the fame that those guys had. Y'all remember 7th Woods? We grew up on the 7th Woods mixtape where 7th Woods was like the number 1 7th grader, and he kind of like stopped growing, and he went to UNC or whatever. It's just like that to me hurts.
That's so funny.
The development of youth basketball.
Saying stop growing is crazy because like it was definitely people we knew that were like one of our guys that we played basketball with. He was always towered above, but then like as soon as we got to high school, he just stopped growing. So, like, this is a dude that used to always try to win the 32s because he's just grabbing all the rebounds or whatever. Now,
but in reality, he's a small guard.
Yeah.
You at school hooping, and
I never understood that. I literally never understood where it's like I'm scouting this 7th grader to see what he's going to be or, like, what he could do against other 7th graders who usually are, like, nowhere near his skill level, too. Yeah. It's not like they're also trying to go to the league.
It's a tough job because somebody has to do it, and you have to project, and you have a lot of things that you have to count on, but that's why it used to be a professional thing. It used to be a professional thing. Then everybody, with the birth of the internet, and I'm not mad at it, everybody, you could just do whatever. So you could just become a scout. Mike can literally just start going to AAU tournaments right now and say, I scout youth basketball, and just make a Twitter. And it's like, I am not against anybody with the independency of doing whatever they want to do. But when you're not a professional, you just go and do shit, and it just hurts the game. And so the other side, to wrap up that answer to the question, another thing I said to my dad, too, though, is like, what if what we're doing in the NBA today is better than the yesteryears? And what I mean by that is Reed Shepherd, Rob Dillingham, all of these guys who were lottery picks that didn't play, they have to go through the development to earn
those minutes.
Back in the day, it's like, you were the 4th pick, Darrick, so you got to be our starting point guard, and you didn't earn it.
Yeah, the lottery odds changed that too, where it's just like we get the Mavericks getting the number 1 pick versus, I guess, like the Wizards just getting the number 1 pick. Well, because the Wizards are kind of handing over the keys to the young guys, so it could be that too.
Yeah, I think it's super situational based, and I think there's certain players and certain positions where there's a route to do that. You don't throw them in the fire early. I think that's part of kind of like what Hadi asked earlier. That's kind of NFL thinking. Yeah. Whereas like Pat Mahomes is special. He's going to play behind Alex Smith first and learn the game before we just take our rookie quarterback and throw him in there, because confidence is everything.
Well, the Bears don't do that shit.
I think about that quite often, though. Like,
Justin Fields was the day 1 starter for the Bears. Didn't he play behind like Glennon or some shit? Now it was different with Caleb Williams, but Caleb Williams, you had to throw him. He was just too.
I thought Justin started immediately. I might be wrong though.
No,
I know they tried it. They tried
not Mike Glennon. I'm sorry.
They tried bringing in Aaron Donald. They tried bringing in Nick Foles and stuff.
No, not Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald is a lineman.
Oh, you're right.
Whoa.
You're talking about red hair.
Yeah.
Who used to play for the Bengals.
Yes, I forgot his name though.
What's the quarterback used to play for the Bengals? Right here.
Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Aaron Donald. Well, I was watching Waterboy yesterday. Bobby Boucher made that tackle. They had the little goofies on the stands. He talking about, man, that's the best tackle I've seen since Joe Montana. He said Joe Montana's a damn quarterback, you idiot. But I said Joe Montana.
So the Bears started rookie year. Justin Fields played 12 games. He started 10. They went 2-8.
Damn.
Yeah.
Shit, man.
Yeah, they kind of just threw him out though.
Yeah, Andy Dalton played the first 6 games. He was 3-3. And they also had Nick Foles on this team, who played 1 game. And they went 1-0 when Nick Foles started that game.
Shout out to Nick Foles, man.
Yeah, man. And Justin Fields had 7 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Andy Dalton had 8 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. But I prefer sometimes that method. I think it's good to allow a young quarterback to see the game, learn the game.
You learn a lot from the QB position just by sitting back and watching.
And I think that's point guard. I think a lot of basketball players could be the same way.
Yeah. You can learn a lot from the point guard position is one of the hardest positions to adjust to in the NBA.
You know what else I think? Those were good vets or whatever.
Patrick Mahomes' rookie year played 1 game.
Damn.
And then the next year,
a situation where it's just
listen to this.
What?
He played 1 year, 1 game that rookie year.
What did he do?
Nothing. He had 1 interception, no touchdowns. 1 game. You know what he did the next year?
Played all the games.
50 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. He went from he played 1 game, sat, learned, and then threw 50 touchdowns. That's fucking crazy. He has not eclipsed 50 since then.
They say he's going for Brady, man. I think it's also who are you playing behind if that is going to be the case?
Yeah.
If I'm a top lottery pick and the person ahead of me is he's usually a backup, then I think I'm probably fine just getting tossed into that fire versus kind of starting.
Yeah.
I agree. The number one thing in sports is what?
Situation.
Well, confidence.
Oh, confidence.
We got a few more. I'm trying to make sure the people gonna want that long episode. My boy Waskata said, I loved your commentary on the issues with the NBA media and how to fix to improve viewership, and I love to hear other ideas y'all have on improving the game, whether from a presentation perspective or in-game changes. I'm gonna leave that for y'all to answer. Don't have to be a long thing.
Well, you said
the presentation of the game. I feel like one thing that's
he's saying you don't have to, but that's like he would just love to hear ideas on improving the game, whether it's from presentation perspective or in-game changes.
I just feel like I think we saw it during the playoffs. The playoffs just don't feel like important. Like I feel like they don't do a good job marketing it, especially when you talk about the NBA Finals. Like it just doesn't even look different than your normal Sunday game that you would see.
And then they try to throw the little trophy
then
on there.
they try to throw. It just doesn't. I feel like the presentation of building up these big games. I feel like they do it for the in-season tournament, but I feel like there's a drop-off when it comes to NBA Finals and NBA playoffs. I feel like that's one thing that they could do. I also feel like rivalries has kind of died down a little bit. I felt like rivalries when we were growing up kind of meant something, and you had games that you were looking forward to. You wanted to see OKC versus the Heat. Like you was
that might be out of NBA control.
Yeah, it might be, but I'm just
players are switching teams so much, it's hard to have a core hatred for a team.
Yeah,
and
also I just feel like matchups just aren't matchups no more. Like
also out of their control.
Yeah, it's out of their control, but like
Chris Paul versus Darren Williams.
We don't get that no more. When Steph go against Dame, they not guarding each other. Like those aren't matchups. Or if KD and Bron go against each other now, they not guarding each other. I just feel like certain matchups just aren't there no more. To where growing up, you got marquee matchups.
So do you want? So
it's also on the players' hands. Also, the players have to do that too.
So then, how do you value Lou Dort then?
You do. I think Lou Dort is still valuable.
I'm asking you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying they have to do it for every possession, but
if that's a matchup, then it's most of the game. I'm asking you. The reason I'm bringing it up is because the value of a Lou Dort, J-Dub, all of these, Herb Jones, that's their value. So if you take away that and Anthony Edwards and Shea are going to guard each other, you kind of lose some of that value.
Yeah, but it's just for that matchup. They want the smoke for that game. The other games Lou Dort can have, he can guard the other best players that game. Like I'm just saying certain.
But then you lose that matchup. But then we lose those matchups though.
How so?
If Anthony Edwards is going to face off against Shea, why would Anthony Edwards not face off against other top elite talent?
Because let's say they go against the Heat the next game. I don't care about Anthony Edwards going.
No, that's why I said top talent.
Yeah.
You want it's
because like you're not going to play top talent every night.
For most of the nights, you will. There's only a handful of teams where that wouldn't be a
Regardless of
matchup.
even if you're not playing the top talent, I'm putting my best defensive player on your best offensive player.
Yeah, but,
I'm agreeing with you saying, but I'm also playing devil advocate with it because that's what a coach or whatever would say.
Yeah, but back then they also valued, like Savalosa played, and Kevin Durant was still going.
I know what they did back then. I'm just saying what they do now. I'm very aware of what they did back then.
It was so traditional back then, like.
Yeah, they also didn't shoot a lot of threes back then.
Yeah, and a lot of times they had two bigs in the paint to help them out. Like
they did a lot back then. I agree with you. I do want more matchups. I agree with you, but I'm just again playing devil's advocate where somebody's response would be the logic is, well, how are you going to get as much value of the guy that you're paying, especially in today's game where everything is about the money. Yeah. Second apron. If you're going to pay Lu Dort close to $20 million, don't you want him to give you as much of his value as he can? Because essentially, it's no sense of Lu Dort guarding the corner when he could be guarded Donovan Mitchell. It's like, why is he guarding Max Strus?
It's like I was just recently watching some old clips.
And the matchups was hitting you hard?
It was a certain possession. It was a certain part of a game where the Bulls was playing OKC, and KD got switched onto an ISO with Derrick Rose at the top of the key, and Help was trying to get in the gap. And he told Help move. He said no. He waved the Help away, and I'm like, you don't see that now. Like you're not gonna like he wanted him 1-on-1.
You doing too much.
He just wanted him 1-on-1.
You see that? That's one. So you tell me you can't find one. I seen possession with Anthony Edwards guarded Tatum. Remember that overtime game 2 years ago, and he got the stop.
But was he telling nobody don't help me?
He literally told him I got him. That was the whole thing of the clip. But even
you look at me.
But even if I remember him saying like he did want Tatum.
But even if he didn't, you want a motherfucker to do exactly what Kevin Durant did. They got to do the body language. Hey, no, I got him. They got to do all that.
It'd be that nostalgia from some of them late games. It'd be like, that.
I thought you meant the head-to-head.
No, I do the head-to-head matchups too. Like,
but I think in today's game, you still get a motherfucker on the island. They like, I gotta get into this. But I mean,
straight up matchups don't exist.
Yeah, straight up matchups. Yeah, I watched the game with Darren Williams and Russell Westbrook's. Like, they started off that game, but then Darren Williams started to tear a hole in his ass, and then they said, Cephalosha, you go get his ass. But you don't get that from today. From the jump,
it's gonna be like a loose
Dort is going to Halliburton.
Yeah.
So,
and that's probably because we was talking about earlier where they kind of removed that traditional point guard kind of like out the way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of those point guards, they weren't trying to go crazy scoring the ball like as the
But even if it was two traditional point guards, Darius Garland, the Cavs versus the Hawks, are they letting Darius Garland and Trae Young really guard each other?
No, not at all.
They're going to want to bother him. Let's put the length and the size on Darius Garland to frustrate him. Let's put length and size on Trae Young to limit him. Because, I wouldn't be mad at that.
No.
Yeah.
It's the reason I say so is just because, like, we'll just put Mike Conley as an example. Like, if Mike Conley is the point, I'd rather just put him on the other shooting guard or the wing who's probably going to be taking all the offensive shots versus kind of Mike Conley, who's really just going to be setting up. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's going to be aggressive, but I know who wants to take the shots. Versus now, it's just like Anthony Edwards is running the show right out the gate.
It's nothing like those duels, man.
Yeah. Those duels used to make the game. You used to really look forward to those matchups because you knew they would actually be going head to head.
Even if you go just and look at the highlights.
Yeah.
Some of those are like branded as a duel. Dwayne Wade and Kobe went at each other, guarded each other.
Or like LeBron versus Melo. Like they used to actually like
or were they
guard
answering
each other.
back like he hit a shot, then he hit the shot back.
I mean, we still have some of that in the NBA, but they're not on each other.
Yeah.
I'm hitting a shot on Dort, and you hitting a shot on my defender. If each one of you are a GM, what is your philosophy and what style of players do you want at each position? Example, Drew Holiday point guard or Chris Paul point guard? Rudy type big or Cat type big? That type of realm. This is from Jarcravius.
For me personally, I think my type of big would be like a Şengün type, where I think he could do a lot with his back to the basket. He could play at the top of the key, play make and facilitate. But I just don't want to say Jokic. Like obviously everybody want a Jokic, so that's why I'm going down to like a Şengün. I think Şengün would be perfect, and I also think he's a serviceable defender to where the Rockets are a top defense in the league. and he's shown that he can anchor it and be able to be a competent rim protector while also being like somewhat of an engine to an offense.
Do you think? So you are a fan that like the big, especially a skilled big, can lead you all the way to a championship?
I'm a fan of it. I know it's not always the recipe. You need a very
because like Jokic
type.
is the person that did that, but like Jokic is literally the best of the best.
Yeah.
So like sample size would say that it usually doesn't work as much as the other one. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just think
you got to put the right pieces around. I don't think he's going to be the one that's carrying it.
No.
But I think that's why they went out and got Kevin Durant. Like you just got to put the right pieces around him to make it work. Because obviously not everyone.
Well, at that piece, you're not putting pieces around him. He's a piece around.
Yeah. Yes, you're right.
So, what's the first thing you're starting your team with? That. Because I think
I think I would start with the center position. The center position is probably the most important position. I think you can figure out everything else around it.
I would start with a wing.
I
really like a Tatum, honestly.
But I think you have to be able to protect the basket.
And the guys the prototype you want, don't do that.
But I think they do it well enough. Like I think Jokic and Şengün are still like solid rim protect. They're not Joel Embiid or they're not.
We're taking Jokic
Rudy
out of
Gobert.
it. We're taking Jokic out of it. So the mold of a player, if we're taking Jokic out of it, is like Şengün, Sabonis.
Yeah, Sabonis doesn't really defend.
Vucevic.
Yeah. But I think Şengün separates himself just because defensively I think he's much better than those guys.
No, I'm just talking about the
mold, yeah.
Yeah, the mold.
Yeah.
If you're going to have, what did you call that type of center, Mike?
It's
skilled big?
Yeah,
I guess
big.
so. It's more like a point center.
Yeah, the skilled big usually lack more so on the defensive side of the basketball.
Yeah.
I'm kind of towards Mike.
I need like
I want to hear the rest of your philosophy, both of y'all though.
Well, my small forward, I would have want to be my ideal best player.
Okay.
Just because I think with
the
size and the way the league is now, small forwards can kind of run the game.
Yeah.
In terms of being able to guard everywhere, being able to create, being able to take advantage of their size. Like they could do probably about everything. And then after that, I would probably go with the hard hat center. I need somebody to just protect the rim and be able to switch out, whether it's like a Jarrett Allen or whoever it is. You can even say Evan Mobley, one of the Cavs bigs, I guess.
Yeah. And then I think for my power forward position, I would probably like a guy like Aaron Gordon, those type of molds, guy that can be kind of like a hybrid where I can play him at 5. He can guard 5s. He can guard.
So what is the philosophy? What is like? What are you trying to accomplish with the way that you're getting these type of players?
I'm going with versatility, guys that can do a little bit of everything on the court, and that's not going to really pigeonhole me. I think being able to have guys who can play, make, defend, can knock down a corner 3 here and there, while also then I'm going to put in my engine of the offense who don't feel like anybody around him is like a true liability, that he could trust all his guys around him to do something.
I'm putting all gritty defenders around my guys. Like, I'd rather take my one elite small forward or whatever. I'm trying to put as much defense around him.
Yeah.
Like, as much as it's an offensive league, I've seen that, like, if you can get out there and stops and get kind of play like the Thunder where you're constantly being aggressive, you can win a lot of games like that.
Because, like, I think, for me, I want my best player to probably be like a Cade Cunningham.
You want your point guard?
How the hell you going to do that if you already got Şengün, Gordon? You putting together an all-star team.
These are just molds. Like, I would prefer a big point guard.
Okay, a big point guard. Okay,
yeah, just because I think that
if
gives me a lot of versatility.
So
give
Dante
me a point guard like Lonzo. Healthy Lonzo is my ideal point guard.
Healthy Lonzo?
Healthy Lonzo.
Yeah.
Dude can shoot,
and
defend, be a smart decision maker.
Just don't ask him to finish at the rim.
He ain't been healthy in a long time.
What'd you say?
He ain't been healthy in a long time.
I know.
So you want fucking Tyrese Halliburton. Y'all just making all-star teams around this bitch.
No.
I agree with some of the stuff you said, though. Like, I guess my philosophy would try to be to scan around the NBA and figure out what positions are the most replaceable. Because when you talk about the money and the second apron, I would play towards the margins. I would never want to single-handedly like cap myself too much. I look at some of these teams And it'd be like they have no wiggle room to do anything. And I would just want to avoid that. So, yeah, I would try to figure out my best players, I guess my little core, and figure out, like, yeah, how I can have, like, what positions are replaceable to my core. So I kind of feel like I think I would want my best player to be like a versatile wing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because the wing typically could guard a few positions, could probably have the ball in their hands, somewhat gonna give you some size. But then it's like, I think the most interchangeable position based off the type of player I would want would be my center. Because I'm like you, I would want a hard hat. Like, just give me somebody that is going to show up and do what they have to do. Like, we can use a Capella. We could use a
Claxton.
Claxton. Mm-hmm. It would be all guys who don't need the ball, who is just going to, give me the Tyson Chandlers of the world. I don't want bigs who need to touch the rock on offense.
You just don't need it no more. It's cool though. I love when Joel Embiid get that post touch, but
I would almost kind of mimic maybe the Warriors, where it's like I got like a core of like 2 or 3 guys, and then everything else can be a revolving door. I'm not finna go into the luxury or be a second apron team to keep together 5 players. That's unrealistic. So give me my 3. I love what the Thunder did. I mean, the Thunder are the best example. So I don't want to say I'm still in their shit because that's a very tough thing to do. But the Thunder have a guard, they have a wing, and they have a big that they just tied up, and that's going to be their core. And for the rest of their existence together, I think they're going to play towards the margins by filling the gaps. So a Lou Dort type of player, they'll just, if they lose a Lou Dort, then it's just like, hey, Alex Caruso, you'll start the shooting guard.
Yeah.
So I think that would be my philosophy. Playing towards the margins, whoever is my best players, figure out what positions around them are like interchangeable.
Yeah, I see that. That's kind of why I like the big point guard route, because I think kind of just gives you the ability to kind of be versatile with where you play them, because they already going to be your primary ball handler. Especially if you're talking about a dude that's like 6'6", 6'7".
Mm-hmm.
Now he can just play and defend in a lot of different places, and it's kind of hard to attack them on the other end.
So is that the first thing you taking, or is it the skill set big? Because those are 2 prototypes where it would be hard to get them on one team.
Yeah, it would probably be the guard then. That would probably be.
Because if you could get Cade and Sengun on the same team, shit. But then, I mean, I don't know. Would you even want that? I don't know if they even want that. Maybe a guy like Cade and Luka.
You need a guy like Duran with Cade. So
yeah. Couple more before we get into the last part of the show. What would you do if you were Cam Thomas or Jonathan Kuminga? They seem to have higher values than their current teams think. Would you bet on yourself or take what's offered? This is listless.
This is a good question. For Kuminga, we don't know what he's being offered. So I don't know. So I can't really gauge his fully because I don't know the numbers. But for Cam Thomas, would it be in 2 years, 14? He would probably. I think both deals will be him taking a bet on himself. So I don't think because like if he takes a qualifying offer, there's a team option on the back of that. They could decline that, and you still go into free agency regardless. So either you could take the qualifying offer and still hit free agency that next year. So I think for him, he's better off just taking the deal, making a little bit more money, and then maybe he outplays it, and for some reason the Nets feel like they will accept his team option. But I feel like teams that have a team option on the back end rarely accept it. I feel like they put that there for a reason. So you would have to be playing extremely exceptional for them to accept that. So yeah,
for Jonathan Kuminga, his situation just feels like he's kind of he wants a lot of money, and I don't think those teams are trying to give him none. And like he's trying to go for the, I guess like exploring what's it called, a sign and trade. He's just trying to get out of the Jonathan Kuminga thing is just confusing in itself because it's him, but it's also the Warriors are trying to get some shit for him when they can't. Cam Thomas situation is tough because you dead ass got to look in the mirror. I think if you Cam Thomas, like this 14 M's, it's probably not what you expected at all. But if you are going to try to test the market and really see what other teams are giving you, You think they're going to give you that crazy amount much where it's 25 to 30 M's? Probably not. So you might have to take that 14 and really have to like show that you're worth more.
Yeah.
Show you're worth more. And I hate saying that for players because players deserve their money, but I think you're in a tough spot where you might have to just take that deal.
Yeah. Cam Thomas, he definitely bright. But the Warriors are apparently in no rush to trade Kuminga right now.
Kuminga's such a hard
Kuminga's not in no rush to accept any of their offers. So they seem like they're literally just.
Kuminga feel like they last way to escape where they're at right now. Like he could potentially bring in something to help the Warriors. Like,
but no one's willing to give them much. So
well, that's the problem. They need a lot to get over that hump. But Kuminga's not giving them much.
It's a tough situation for all the players to be in because usually you just get some type of bag, but this is the first time where teams are kind of putting their foot down and saying, nah. And I think it's because of the second apron. You can't blindly give money. You cannot project. If a guy has not shown you anything near of the $30 million, you can't say, well, we think in 2 years he's going to. No, you have to know because if you don't, then you put the franchise and the state of it in jeopardy. So,
Giddey's not getting his money. They apparently are only offering him like around $20 million.
It's just unfortunate because I know these guys thought that they was coming in here and getting these bags.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know they did. That was the last question. Shout out to everybody that submitted some really good questions. Y'all held us down. I know a lot of y'all going to be like, we want 2 hours, 3 hours podcast. The podcast is as long as it was because of all the questions. To get into the last thing.
Hold on before that, though, because I always felt like when players that we knew were going to get paid but might not be worth that much value just because in the grand scheme of things, Josh Giddey is a really good player, but he's probably not like your first or second option on no team.
On a championship team, though.
So it's going to take how many times we look back and be like, damn, Josh Giddey got that much probably? Because it's like teams really do have to put in perspective that we can't just overpay people because you had a good season. We got to believe in you. We got to make sure you fit the timeline. We got to make sure you fit everything we doing before we guarantee you this money because if we do, shit, we might be in a bad spot for a long time.
There's good players that teams are like, nah, we can't do this.
Yeah.
There's good players, good situations where teams are overly thinking about it, where it's just like, the Pacers. Tyrese Halliburton got hurt, and they was like, Miles Turner.
Shit.
You've been here your whole career. We watched you grow up. And they still was like,
well,
pack your Legos, buddy.
I think they also said they knew that no teams had money to really offer him what he wanted, but then the Bucks created a space in order to offer it to him, and they felt like they didn't get a chance to counter it.
Yeah, that's how it goes. I mean, this is not 2K. It's a guy that was there for 10 years. He didn't want to have to do that. Players, a lot of this shit be principle to people. And I know a lot of people like to, it's business, it's not personal, but it's hard when it's your life and it does become personal for you. It is personal. You know what I mean? It is personal. That's a saying, it's just business, it's not personal, because it gets personal. Because this is your livelihood and you feel like you put your blood, sweat, and tears, you played through injuries, you did all of these different things. You might have dealt with depression by trying to give your all to an organization, and now it comes for them to reward you, and they're fucking around over a few $1 million, and you like, damn, this what we come to?
Mm-hmm.
I'm asking for 28, and y'all talking about we got 24, like $4 million per year. This is what we own. And so I think the Miles Turner situation that's what you see, and I think a lot of people don't understand that part of it.
Yeah.
Whereas like we've seen that in the past, where it's like a player like, I want this, and they like, well, go get it. DeAndre Ayton with the Suns, and then the Pacers gave him the sheet, and then it's like, oh well, okay, now we're good. Zach LaVine with the Bulls. The Bulls like, hey, show us that a team is willing to give you that, and we'll give you. And sometimes it's as simple as doing it, but I can understand the human element of it when you've been with a part of a team your entire career. You think it's love. It's all love. Y'all went to the finals. They was telling you was going to get $30 million. They was going to pay you way above because everything was smooth with Tyrese. Then Tyrese get hurt, and all of that goes out of the way. You lose the finals, and now it's in a predicament where you got to go and prove, or they're nitpicking over a few $1 million. And I can only imagine the realness that comes with negotiations.
Yeah.
No negotiation, people don't realize it can get ugly, because if if Mike comes to the table saying, well, for the podcast, I want X, Y, and Z, the conversation for their argument is going to say, well, you don't do this, that, and the third. They got to come up with the different things that why they don't think you should get this or why they want to give you less. And then it becomes a conversation where you got to hear things about yourself that ain't always in a great light.
I think they're going to have the conversation more, too, where
Pacers like, man, your ass had a couple games, you had 2 rebounds, motherfucker, you don't rebound. And then it's like, damn, this is negative. They speaking on me negatively.
I think they're going to have a conversation, too, especially the teams that are getting towards the top and trying to be competitive, where they say this $4 million gap you're talking about, which might not seem that small, that might be the difference between us being a better team.
It is.
Getting that other player.
I don't think it's a might. I think it is. But the player at the time is not trying to hear that shit.
Not at all.
They're not trying to hear that shit.
I think that's going to be one of their leverages.
And I look at the Miles Turner situation a little differently because, again, he's been there his entire career. I'm not talking about somebody that got traded there. I'm not talking about Obi Toppin. I'm talking about somebody who's literally been there through all of it. He was the longest tenure Pacer. He was there when y'all had Paul George. He was there for Sabonis and Victor Oladipo. He's now there for the Tyrese Halliburton. So he like, man, fuck all of that. But now, the perfect, or what did I say?
He said dream.
The dream.
He said dream. So this is my imagination.
This is everybody.
Perfect.
I text everybody to come with their dream season for next year. Again, I wanted to emphasize some of this might be some predictions. I can see how some predictions snuck in here. But I want everybody at home to know these are dream scenarios. This is not Darrick saying he thinks this is going to happen. Yeah. This is him. What would the dream season look like? But it's still realistic. Yeah. You can't say Jason Tatum wins MVP when we know he has a torn Achilles. I just want to make everybody at home extremely familiar because I see a lot of people sometimes watch these things and they don't pay attention clearly. And they lose. Like, we did like the top 10 list and people was giving all of this pushback. And I'm like, if everybody is healthy, how is Embiid top 10? If everybody is healthy. Oh, I didn't realize if it was everybody of health. Okay. You got to pay attention. You got to pay attention, man. You got to pay attention. So,
one of my scenarios that I thought would be perfect for this season is that there's no regular season fall off from the Pacers, that they still continue to be one of the top teams out east, and we're getting a big jump from Andrew Nembhard, and he's playing at an MIP level, and the team is still staying afloat without Tyrese. And Turner. That's one of the things that I had on here. I also have Jaylen Brown makes another All-NBA team and keeps the Celtics relatively relevant in the Eastern Conference. Just because he's going to have all the opportunity. We're going to see him with the ball in his hands a lot more. Maybe there's a big playmaking lead that we could see from Jaylen Brown because we really don't see that on display when he's playing with Tatum, obviously, because Tatum is their like point forward type guy. So we could see another All-NBA season from Jaylen Brown. I think that would be great for the league. And then also Joel Embiid reminds the world who he is and gets back to playing at the MVP, being in MVP conversations, even though I know he just had a major surgery. But if he could bounce back and be in that conversations with who's the best center in the league, is it Jokic, is it Joel? And that was real conversations back in the day. You really had an argument for both. So I'm saying back in the day, like that wasn't just 2 years ago.
Who the better center though?
It's Jokic.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I had Joel Embiid on mine. Like, I feel like everybody's dream is that Joel Embiid comes back at a good state and is able to carry the Sixers like to a top seed out east.
Yep.
I ain't had it on mine. Because I feel like that's at that point, that's like a pipe dream. My dream is just to see the boy on the floor. But carrying them?
Even if he's not 100%, he'll be 80% and still carry them. He that damn good.
When the last time you seen him 80%? I think Joel Embiid
he's been on 50% before, and I seen him drop like 40.
Yeah, but we never get the full glimpse of it. That's the part where it's like I just want to see him on the floor, whether it's 40% or 50%. But I do think it's that shit. What's deeper than a dream? It's a fantasy to say we want to see him back carrying and creating a conversation on who's the best center in the game. I think we got to take baby steps. I'm not mad at what y'all saying at all because if he did do it, I would be right here ecstatic. But I didn't put that on my list because I felt like my dream was just see him on the floor. Because we haven't had any update. I say this every other podcast, but like I don't know what's going on or what to expect with the Sixers or Embiid. So at that point, my dream is like he's plays this year. Because with the fact that we haven't heard anything makes me feel like, damn, it's like, what the fuck? Is he not going to play this year too?
That's why I'm praying that some positive stuff happens in Philly, because as much as stuff they got over there with Tyrese and some of the young guys, so much shit depends on Joel Embiid.
Yeah, they're not good if he's not there.
It's
they're
so much shit depends on Joel Embiid, and without Joel, it's just like the East is even weaker than
they are not a good team without him. No. They cannot like if we got a report Joel Embiid won't come back until January, I think they have the same year as last year.
Yeah, they probably miss the playoffs.
Yeah.
Unless Paul George for some reason just has a crazy bounce back.
Not enough. I'm a big Paul George fan. Not enough. Because who like they're
it would have had a combination of him and Maxey.
But who's their center?
Paul
George, Maxey duo in 2025 does not.
Yeah,
I would if Joel Embiid is not playing next year or misses 3 months, the Celtics without Tatum is a better team
for sure.
Yeah, because Drummond would be their starting center probably.
And then who was backing up Drummond?
I don't know.
Their power forward is
Janai
Trendon Watford.
Yeah.
Janai Broome.
Janai Broome getting in there at undersized center.
Quinn Grimes still don't have a contract. He's with the restricted free agent group. I don't know. Joel Embiid is like we said, he means that much to them.
In total, just one of the biggest storylines of the season, regardless of a dream or not. Like to see what happens with him is something I'm invested in. So.
I do miss him though. I miss him a lot. Feel like I haven't seen him in a long. Feel like I haven't seen him since the Knicks series, and I know
complain about him falling on the floor too many times.
I'm still gonna complain about this shit, man, because this is why your ass be hurt. Dramatic ass falls.
Mm-hmm.
What was some of the other dreams you had?
Jaylen Brown makes another All-NBA team and keep the Celtics remotely relevant.
So if all of these dreams happen, what does that look like out east? If the Sixers are relevant, Jaylen Brown is All-NBA. What was the other one you had too?
The Pacers, there's no fall off.
There is no fall off. So yeah, what the fuck do those standings look like?
So I have the seedings that I think will be the dream seedings. In my world, this is my world. You're living in Darrick's world right now.
For sure, but I still need his world to make sense.
So I have the Cavs still number 1. I still have the Knicks at number 2. I have Philly. They've climbed all the way up to 3.
Okay.
The Pacers, Magic.
If the Pacers are a 4 seed, with no Turner and no
But that means Andrew Nembhard just got to 30 and 10,
Rick Carlisle doing his thing over there, baby. He make it work.
Who is going to be their starting center?
It's going to be a combination of James Wiseman.
Is it
No, who's going to be their starting center? Not who's going to play center. You can't have a combination of starter. Only one person can start. It's either Darrick start or Pierre start.
Who did they just
Unless you meant like game by game.
Yeah, I don't. Isaiah Jackson, maybe. I don't.
Is he gonna be healthy? I think he had an Achilles thing. I think he's gonna come back at some point, but I don't know if he's gonna be healthy at the start. What's wrong with Thomas Bryant? What's wrong with Thomas Bryant?
Thomas Bryant just might have to start at the beginning of the season because him and Wiseman, Isaiah Jackson and Wiseman, both tore their Achilles. Yeah. So they both might not be ready.
Tony Bradley and Thomas Bryant.
Yeah. So the Magic, I have the Magic at 5.
Bro.
It's his world. We living in it.
Yeah, Magic at 5.
Magic at 5. So the first round playoffs, Pacers, Magic. Okay.
We have the Pistons at 6, the Hawks at 7.
Whoa.
Pistons at 6.
The Hawks did that, and they 7 behind the fucking.
It's
Pacers?
his dream. It's his dream.
I'm just keeping up with the dream.
Okay.
We have the Celtics at 8. The Bucks fell to 9.
Shit.
The Hornets are at 10.
The Heat is what?
I only did the play-in.
So the Heat is one of the worst teams in the NBA. Okay. What about out West?
Do you want to hear the story?
I want to hear our West playoffs, and then I want you to take me to the playoffs.
So out West, I have the Nuggets at 1.
Yeah.
Thunder at 2.
Yeah.
The Rockets at 3.
Oh, the Thunder fell?
Yeah, the Nuggets won?
Yeah.
Okay. The Thunder was 16 games better than everybody in the fucking West last year. And
They had 2.
Okay.
I got the Rockets at 3.
Crazy dream.
The Clippers at 4.
That motherfucker's in. What's the sleep stage when you get into a deep dream?
REM sleep?
REM.
The Lakers at 5. I have the Wolves at 6. The Warriors are at 7, Mavs at 8, the Grizzlies at 9, and the Spurs at 10.
Okay, I'm sorry. Do it one more time.
Nuggets, Thunder, Rockets, Clippers, Lakers, Wolves, Warriors, Mavs, Grizzlies, Spurs.
I think that's too crazy, honestly.
I think I probably have the same type of
and then
standings.
So out
Now
east,
we can get to the playoffs. Yeah,
I have the Cavs beating the Celtics in the first round. So the Cavs end up going to the.
take it series by series. Take it series by series, baby.
I have the Cavs beating the Celtics, and so I kind of did it how I want my champion to win. So listen, so I have the Cavs. They beat the Celtics.
Okay.
And then they go on to the next round. They beat the Pacers, and then they end up getting revenge against the Pacers in the second round. And then they go on to beat the Knicks in the conference finals, and they get their first finals appearance. They then go to the finals and they play the Clippers. The Clippers get one for CP3. They beat the Lakers. They beat the Lakers in the first round, and then they upset the Nuggets in the second, dethrone the reigning champs in the conference finals, and go on to beat the Cavs in the finals, and Kawhi gets another finals MVP.
So it was Clippers.
We did all that. You did all that shit for Chris Paul.
Hell long.
Your dream season is Chris Paul, who they said gonna have a super. His role is this big on the Clippers in his last year.
Get him that ring.
Get him that ring. Okay.
Awards, we have Jokic winning MVP. I got Ace Bailey winning Rookie of the Year.
Okay.
Andrew Nembhard's going to get MIP.
I got him as MIP in mine, too.
I have Anthony Davis winning Defensive Player of the Year. Ty Lue wins Coach of the Year. Sixth Man of the Year is DeAndre Hunter.
I think he's my sixth man of the year, too. I like this exercise. This is fun. That was fun. That was fun.
I want to go next.
Yeah, I want to hear your shit, Mike.
Okay.
He said we do it for CP3.
This is how my Eastern standings are.
James Harden and Kawhi go down as legends, by the way,
Yeah,
if they go
really
that
do.
route.
Kawhi Leonard had his healthy.
They beat
season a long
LeBron,
time.
Luka.
Mm-hmm.
Then in the second round, they beat the Nuggets.
That's why I was trying to hear what he was saying, because the way I had my standings, it was more so just who could see in the playoffs, if that makes sense.
What you mean?
So I try to I'm gonna go through my East, but some of the reasons that I have teams at certain places is just so I can have my dream matchup in the playoffs.
Oh, I see what
So
you mean.
the 4-5 matchup, I made sure that was a good ass crispy
Me too.
matchup. You know
I
what I'm
think
saying?
my
So,
first round matchup is the Rockets versus Warriors. KD play against Draymond, Stephen. Yeah.
Okay, this is my East.
Okay.
First is Cleveland. Second is Atlanta. Third is Philly. Fourth is New York. Fifth is Detroit.
Your dream got the Knicks just.
Don't worry, Pete. I got
Okay,
y'all.
okay.
Sixth is Orlando. Seventh is
Who
Milwaukee.
was 5? I'm sorry.
5 is Detroit.
Okay.
It goes Detroit, Orlando. Then the play-in is Milwaukee, Miami, Pacers, and Hornets. In
So
my
the
hypothetical
Knicks-
read,
So you
Knicks
forced
played
that Knicks Pistons one.
Again.
yeah.
Yeah.
In my hypothetical, the Celtics said, you know what, it's just not the best season for us, right? We're
We'll
going
take
to
the
come back
lottery
next
pick.
year.
Okay.
We're going to get our lottery pick, come back next
So
year.
they wasn't in the play-in.
They was not in the play-in.
Okay. I can see that too. I was thinking about that. I don't think I have that,
Mhm.
but Jaylen Brown had a meniscus procedure, and I could see them just being like, take it easy.
Yeah. So that's how it is in the play-in. Milwaukee comes out of the play-in, and then also the Hornets finally make it.
So who misses the playoffs?
Miami missed out, and then the Pacers missed out.
Okay.
I got Cleveland and New York meeting in the second round at the top, and then on the bottom of that, I got Philly and ATL.
But give us the first round because I want to hear who beat who.
First round would be Cleveland versus the Hornets.
Okay.
Cleveland walking out with that.
For sure.
2-7 is ATL versus Milwaukee. I'm giving Atlanta that one.
Okay.
Holy shit, you had Atlanta as a second seed.
I
Yes,
did.
yes.
Oh, I didn't even catch that
Yeah,
at first.
yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Trae Young must be his MVP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got to get it at that point.
3-6 would be
Mafia.
Philly versus Orlando.
Okay.
Philly versus Orlando. Okay. Who's the higher seed? Philly?
Philly.
Okay.
4-5 is New York versus Detroit. They get their rematch.
Okay.
Going to the second round, Cleveland and New York.
Okay.
New York pulls it out against Cleveland, and they are going to the conference finals.
Okay.
Other side was Philly versus ATL.
Trae Young do it again?
Trae Young does it
Oh,
again.
that's crazy.
We got
Joel.
Can't blame Ben this time.
We got Trae Young in the Garden for the conference finals. He's going against New York, and we got New York ended up in the finals. They pulled that out.
Oh, that's like say I got y'all.
I got bro. New York still got it.
Who the fuck we play for the West though? Because the West could get some motherfuckers that can sleep.
Oh, don't
us.
worry. You know this is my dream.
Oh, yeah, this your dream. This is dream. So
we got New
Staples
York.
Center in the Garden.
We got New York in the finals for out east.
Adam Silver love that.
On me.
Luka versus Brunson. Nico Harrison, worst nightmare.
For real.
Mavericks had both, and now they in the finals playing against each other.
Out west, I had OKC still. Even in the dream world, they gonna be number one.
Yeah.
Houston is number 2. Denver number 3. The Lakers are number 4 in the conference. Dallas is number 5. Anthony Davis shows up. Kyrie Irving plays as well. The Clippers are number 6. In the play-in, it is the Wolves, the Warriors, the Suns, and the Spurs.
Oh, the Suns got it now. Okay.
I had the Suns kind of decent too. I don't think they
Okay.
made the playoffs, but the Suns was fake decent in my world too.
Out of the play-in, the Wolves survive.
And the Spurs.
The Warriors survive. We
Okay.
still get one more year of Steph Curry in the
Okay.
playoffs, man. Even if it's against OKC.
Okay.
Because OKC swapping their ass in the first.
Sweeping their ass.
Sweeping them.
Swapping.
So
Swapping
it'll be
asses. Steph
OKC
Curry got a
versus
big
Warriors.
ass butt now. He got Lou Dort booty.
I will man it.
Somebody edit that.
OKC versus Warriors in the first round. OKC got that. The 2-7 matchup will be Houston versus the Wolves. I got Houston winning that with a new addition to Kevin Durant. 3-6
So he
matchup.
get his revenge on Ant.
He does. He got better. You know, Kevin Durant got to come back with the bad guys. 3-6 is Denver versus the Clippers. They get their rematch too.
Okay.
And then the 4-5 was Lakers versus Dallas. We get Luka versus
Anthony
Davis and them. Second round would be OKC versus Lakers because the Lakers pulled it out against Dallas. And then on the other side would be Denver versus Houston. That should just be a good matchup.
Yeah. I like that one.
My dream. So I got Lakers beating OKC.
And how many games?
We beat them in 7. We beat them in 7.
I
I'll
like
give
that.
OKC their respect.
So who is stepping up for y'all? Like, because we know LeBron and Luka. The question is,
It's
Somebody else
DeAndre
had to do
Ayton. It's
Austin
really got to be
Reeves.
DeAndre Ayton. Has
Yeah,
been.
Austin Reeves or Aiden have played out of their mind.
Also,
Okay.
Marcus Smart is back.
Oh,
who on the Thunder has a shitter? Somebody in that series has to have a shitter.
it's J-Dub or Chet, right? One of them.
Chet. He just can't. DeAndre Ayton, big body, just too much for him.
Okay.
Other side was Denver versus Houston. We got Denver pulling that out.
Oh,
So that means conference finals is again Lakers versus Denver, and this is the time we bust Denver ass. We beat them in 6.
They got no answer for Luka.
There's none. We put him Jokic in that pick and roll every damn time. And within the finals, we got Lakers versus Knicks. You already know who wins that. Lakers in 5, baby.
Who is the Finals MVP? LeBron or Luka?
This Luka Doncic.
that would look so crazy. LeBron not winning finals.
My
but Luka is
MVPs was Trae Young. Rookie of the Year was Con Knipple. That just had the Hornets trying to get into the play-in spot. Defensive Player of the Year, Amen Thompson. Shows that, hey, he's the real deal. Most versatile defender.
I should have did that in mine. Yeah.
Coach of the Year was Kenny Atkinson. Wait, what was it? Kenny Atkinson?
He on a hot seat.
No, Coach of the Year was Quinn Snyder. I'm sorry.
Okay. Oh yeah, because they were the 2 seed.
Right.
Six Man of the Year, Jordan Clarkson.
Oh, he helped the Knicks. Okay.
And then I think that was it, really.
Wow. Yeah, your shit. You went hard with the matchups. I like that. I like that. In my dream world, the Thunder are the number 1 seed. The Nuggets are the 2 seed. The Rockets are the 3 seed. The Timberwolves are the 4th seed. Clippers are 5. Warriors are 6. Lakers, Mavericks, Grizzlies, and Spurs are the play-in teams. Lakers and Mavericks win. They make the playoffs. So it's essentially the Grizzlies and Spurs miss it. And right below them are the Suns.
Okay.
The Suns are the best out of that bottom group. Out east, the Cavs are the number 1 seed. The Knicks are the 2nd seed. The Hawks are 3. The Magic are 4. Bucks are 5. Celtics are 6. And then 76ers and Pistons are in the play-in with the Pacers and the Heat. 76ers and Pistons win the play-in games. Pacers and Heat miss the playoffs. Anthony Edwards wins the MVP, given the Timberwolves home court advantage.
Yeah, and
Cooper Flagg is rookie of the year. I should have probably played around with that more since it's a dream.
No,
Vic is
Cooper really do got it.
yeah.
Though.
Vic
He
is
really do.
Vic is the defensive player of the year, which means he's AKA healthy. But damn, I didn't realize the Spurs missed the fucking playoffs. MIP, Andrew Nembhard. Quinn Snyder, coach of the year. DeAndre Hunter, 6th man of the year. Luka Doncic, clutch player of the year.
I forgot about clutch player of the year.
The playoff matchups. The Cavs against the Pistons. Hawks versus 76ers. I did the same thing as you. We just got in the first round. Knicks versus Celtics. Magic versus Bucks. The Cavs beat the Pistons. The 76ers upset the Hawks. Joel Embiid comes back in time for the playoffs, and that fully healthy Sixers team of Maxey, McCain, George, Grimes, Trenton Warford, Embiid, Drummond, they find a way to just fuck up.
That's some Joel Embiid.
There's no answer on the Hawks for
Just
Embiid.
ain't played all season, but you'd come back and he got 40 now.
And then the Knicks beat the Celtics. And then the Magic get upset by Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is just focused.
Wait, you say who get upset?
The Magic.
The
Magic.
Magic, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So now the second round in the East is Cavs, Sixers, Knicks, Bucks. Out West, you got the Thunder versus the Mavericks, 1-8. Rockets versus Thunder versus Mavs, 1-8. Nuggets versus Lakers, 2-7. Rockets versus Warriors, 3-6. Wolves versus Clippers, 4-5. The Thunder beat the Mavericks. The Rockets and KD beat the Warriors, and he talking this shit to Draymond.
Okay.
The Nuggets beat the Lakers. Luka Doncic versus Jokic. And then the Wolves and Clippers. The Clippers upset the Wolves in that first round.
That Clippers Wolves is probably crazy.
Yeah.
That's probably
super crazy. So out East, you got the Cavs versus Sixers, Knicks versus Bucks. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I didn't finish it because I was like, I want to know what they would have wanted. In a fictional dream world, Cavs versus 76ers, who wins this matchup with an Embiid back for the playoffs to beat the Hawks?
In a dream world,
Embiid finally gets to the conference finals. I was thinking the same thing.
And I'll be feeling wrong because I'll be feeling like I'll be giving Donovan the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
Because it's like, man, I could see
So
them.
now is Kenny Atkinson on the hot seat if they lose to this team that got Embiid back for the playoffs? This is your reality from the top of the show where the Cavs.
If they healthy, hell yeah.
Yeah.
If they're healthy, then there's no reason why you should be losing to this team.
Again, to a Joel Embiid team?
Bro, he just came back.
But he came back enough to upset the second seed, whether it was the Hawks.
Again, I think it's so much in this situation where this is such an open season for the East. If you can't do it now,
you never will.
Then it's just like, why would I believe this team to do it next year or the year after that?
Fair enough. So 76ers in the conference finals. The Knicks beat the Bucks. I ain't even gonna give y'all no opportunity to fuck over the Knicks. So the conference finals will be 76ers versus Knicks. We know how much that was busting.
Such a rivalry right there.
Thunder versus Rockets. I need y'all help. In the dream world, I want the Thunder to lose to the Rockets.
Same. That's what I was about to say. In a dream world, I would want the Rockets to win.
So the Rockets advance. Nuggets Clippers. A rematch.
Dream world.
Part of me want to say the Clippers win
Me
this.
too. I was some D-Mill shit.
That's what I had.
Clippers versus Rockets, Western Conference Finals. So we got 76ers versus Knicks, Rockets versus Clippers. I'm giving the Rockets the edge over the Clippers. James Harden and Kawhi can't fuck with KD.
But that means, I'm saying Clippers got it. Kawhi showed the last little bit of defense he got.
Man, that would suck for KD. I'm giving it to Ime. Ime figure out a game plan to frustrate Harden. And then out East, I'm going my Knicks.
Jalen Brunson hit a game winner to still put away the series.
That or Joel Embiid knee start swelling up.
That's crazy.
Y'all just take advantage.
Yeah, he still play. He ain't hurt. It just
he not jumping no more. You know how he be on the floor, but he don't jump.
How he was in that Philly series.
Exactly. The Knicks did just like that again. Yeah, he don't get the paralyzed side of the face, but he just get the knee thing. Cause I ain't like that for him.
Bell's palsy.
Yeah, I didn't appreciate. I don't appreciate seeing him hurt at all. But that was, so Knicks versus Rockets.
I would go Rockets, but
Knicks win a championship. I don't give a fuck what you think.
I don't even know why he tried to answer that for you.
And then storylines that I put: De'Aaron Fox traded ? LaMelo Ball ? And Zion Williamson ? But that would be my dream season. Somehow the Knicks win a championship. The Thunder, the champion, lose to the Rockets team.
I don't remember if I said it. Did I say my MIP?
I don't think so.
I said Scoot Henderson.
Yeah, you definitely didn't say that.
Yeah, no, you didn't.
Scoot Henderson, the game slows down for him, and it just makes it work. He's one of my favorite prospects, especially just see him at Summer League. He was, I don't know, he just looked like he was going to be one of them ones. So.
You crazy.
That would be interesting.
You know why you crazy?
Wow.
Because you like him because you had him on that 2K league.
He did win me a championship. I was there for Scoot, first bucket at Summer League. We all was there.
I'm about to say. I was standing next to you. Superman.
You actually went to see it?
Hell yeah.
Was it good?
Fuck you mean actually? I told you.
Yeah. You did. How great was it?
I'm gonna let Mike answer first.
It was way better than I thought.
You haven't seen it, right?
No.
It was way better than I thought it was gonna be. Like they did a good job. I think of introing it quick.
Yes, they didn't waste no time.
Like usually there's a character build up and everything like that. They did a really good job of just like they paint the picture for you.
Thank
and
you
then
too, because we all fucking get it. We know we all familiar with Superman.
No kidding. I hate when they constantly do the character introduction like we haven't seen this a million times.
Right.
But again, I don't want to spoil shit. But
I know. That's why I'm letting you go. So, because I know.
You know what? It's been out. It's weird seeing Superman get his ass beat.
Yes.
That was a weird thing for me.
Yes.
Because it's like he was legit. He was the Man of Steel, and eventually you'll see in the movie, say like for the first time ever, he gets his ass beat.
Yeah.
And I thought that was kind of cool.
But even when he got his ass beat,
they made it like it was cheating how he was getting his ass beat.
But to me, he still wasn't getting his ass beat because he was winning.
Nah, that wasn't like
the clone.
The clone. Yeah. That's why I said that shit wasn't really getting his ass beat because it's like
spoiler alert.
Yeah, you have somebody who copied all your moves. And not only is he just copying your moves, but he's getting told in his ear what to do. And
the left, right, yeah, it's like a video.
As a dude that studied Superman moves his whole life, like that's just cheating.
But he still won.
He did. He
did.
Won.
You know what
I
mean?
But he did.
The part to me that like pissed me off was when he, and again, this is really, really spoiler.
If you ain't seen it, you might just have to skip it.
If you care. Some people don't. It's fucking Superman.
Yeah, some people
you know he didn't die. You know he prevailed.
D-Mills, so there's a Fantastic Four just dropped, D-Mills. Yeah. Ruby was telling me yesterday that there was somebody in the Marvel Rivals game chat that was just yelling out spoilers. So you just hear the spoilers to the movies.
Oh.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I'd be pissed.
I mean, if I had a movie to pick the spoiler, it would be a superhero movie. Because I know Spider-Man didn't die.
Yeah.
But that is weird. What the
I was wondering because like I didn't hear no spoilers for it, but as I'm watching the movie, because I would see Fantastic Four last night.
It connected?
I'm thinking like maybe this is what they could have been talking about, like some shit that happened, like somebody dies or whatever like that. But it's just like nothing ain't happened.
And hopefully we ain't spoiled too much for you with the Superman shit.
No, you good.
He not finna see Superman.
You're right. That little thing when they put him in the box, the glass box.
Yeah.
With the dude who made his shit kryptonite. That pissed me off.
Why?
Because he walked into that.
Yeah, he did.
It's fucking Superman. It shouldn't be that easy to just put him in you feel me? And just trap him. So I was watching that movie, and that was like the worst part of the movie to me, because it's like he's Superman. You can't just do that to him. Beating his ass, okay, sure. That y'all did smart. Y'all was smart. But he went through that thing looking for dude, and they just trapped him that easily.
Well, they had the kryptonite.
But before they even had that, he just went out of his way to go meet with dude.
I think he was. I forget the whole part, but I thought it was like he went to go take
Find the dog.
Yeah, yeah. He went to go find the dog.
Yeah.
So what do you mean? Like, well, Luther doesn't like Superman at all.
I know.
So like he was gonna take advantage of any opportunity he got.
Superman knows that.
He do.
He just I don't know. It's just like he just walked into some shit that like shouldn't have been.
You know what's the funniest part in that movie?
What?
So this is when Lex Luthor is like, this is towards the end of the movie, and he's up in like their little tower or whatever, and like they're about to leave, like go through the little port or whatever because Superman's saving the day or whatever.
Yeah.
He's walking. He try to be all cool.
And
he sees Superman kind of coming out the.
He tried to walk.
He starts sprinting and got his ass popped. I'm like, that's what your ass get.
Yeah, fuck wrong with you.
You think he all big and bad? He thought he was so big.
But that's
and bad.
my point. Like seeing that cemented the earlier point. If Superman could do that shit, why the fuck did he ever let them trap him in the thing? Motherfucker, fly your ass away. Mm-hmm. Let them put you in no glass box like that. That pissed me off. But I got happy when he was able to convince dude and he broke out of the thing. Because I'm like, they going to make that glass thing unbreakable. Like, but it's this fucking Superman. He should be able to break anything. And when he just broke through it, I'm like, thank you. Mm-hmm. Thank you. But it was good. I enjoyed it.
I always keep forgetting his name. Is it Mr. Incredible? Not Mr. Incredible. What's the black dude name?
Mr. Terrific.
Mr. Terrific.
He was clutch.
Yeah, I was telling KB, that's probably like, he was the biggest reasons why they ended up winning.
Yes. Without him,
he's no like.
Without him, Superman is in that box right now.
Yes.
Superman got all the. Superman was cold as hell. He was strong as hell, fast as hell. He was stupid as hell for getting himself in that box though. He was stupid than a motherfucker.
Yeah. Y'all gotta see Fantastic Four though.
Was it better than Superman?
I think. Honestly, I'll probably say no. I think it's a good setup movie for the movies to come, though.
Okay.
Like, you're going to see some of the stuff that's probably going to be foreshadowed in other movies. But you know who's in it, though, right? Who is Mr. Fantastic?
No, who?
It's Pedro Pas.
Oh, yeah. The one who was touchy-feely with his co-star.
That's the same dude that played in Last of Us.
Oh.
The main guy?
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
What?
He has social anxiety. It's been going on.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
But it's weird seeing him as Mr. Fantastic versus the guy that played in Last of Us.
Okay.
Like, you ever see somebody and it's hard to remove him out of a role?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's one of those, and I'm like, they probably could have had something better.
That's why I said I think they had to probably write him off.
You think so?
In Last of Us.
I don't know. I thought, so they have like Johnny in there.
He
Johnny
did another movie?
Yeah. He probably had other obligations, so they wrote him off. They couldn't just have his character disappear, so they created a story where he just ends up gets popped.
Well, he died in the game, though. I mean, like, that's part of the story.
Oh, in the game he actually does.
Because everything in the show is based off the game.
I'm about to say, people do multiple things. Like, if they was like, he like, oh, I got this new opportunity in the movie, and they like, oh, you can't be on the show no more. It'd be fucking nuts.
Yeah, he died in the game, so that's why he got killed.
Now, it does happen when you get the movie. Now you're like, oh, I need more money to do this, and you can't, and then they write you off. Yeah. So you're not. When the last time you been to the movies?
Probably about a year.
What you see?
I don't even remember.
I might go to the movies tomorrow.
See
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park was
my mom
good.
just texted me saying she wanted to see it.
I'm on a roll.
You've been in the theater heavy.
Yeah, I'm on a roll.
The theaters is one of my favorite spots to be.
Do y'all go to concessions, or do y'all eat before or after?
I go to concessions.
We go to concessions. We've also done like.
Me and Mike went to the same theater. We didn't know, but I was telling him like, man, I went to the theater I went to was decent. They got Pizza Hut pieces in there.
Man. I got one of them yesterday.
That shit was clutch, Darrick. Cause you either have to go to a high end that's serving food, which I usually go to, but this particular one I went with my mom and them, and we went to a different one. And so I'm like, damn, they ain't finna have shit but like popcorn. I wish they had like, I go in there, it's individual Pizza Hut pieces. I'm like, oh hell yeah. And then I tell Mike, and Mike like, that's the one I went to. Like, which one you went to? And I'm like, boo, boo, boo. He like, that's the one I went to. And he like, I had the same thing. Movie theater look totally different than when we was a kid, because you've been to this movie theater too. Look totally different.
So one time, a long time ago, me and KB, I think we had to be like the whole friend group was at the movie theaters. But there was a specific time where we were kind of walking out like by the bathroom area, and for some reason this dude had like 2 jumbo bags of popcorn in his hand. And I guess I don't know if he just didn't have nobody to hold it with him, but like he bust through the bathroom door holding these big ass bags of popcorn. And like they spilling all on the floor and shit. He trying to rush to the bathroom. And me and KB just started seeing this shit and just started dying laughing. And now every time I go there, like
shit.
I see the same bathroom. So like that's the only thing I think about is this crazy dude just walking in that bitch with 2 big ass bags of popcorn.
I cannot take food in the bathroom.
Me,
bro. The same. I had
especially a public bathroom. It would just disgust me.
Yeah, I'm not taking food in my own bathroom, let alone what the fuck? Yeah, what?
I told. That's why I said I don't think he had nobody unless like his people was at the seat already and he went to go get the popcorn, and he's like, maybe I got to use the bathroom real quick.
Popcorn is such a replenishable thing that I would have left it. I would have left it, dumped it, and been like, "Can I get my refill?"
Bro, I gotta ask KB about that shit again because that shit was a memorable.
Or
moment.
use the bathroom before.
Get the concessions,
yeah. What you get at concessions?
I'm usually a popcorn. If I get popcorn, it's probably like the only time I really eat popcorn.
Yeah, I go to the movies and I don't really even eat popcorn.
Or either if I'm not getting concessions, that's probably because I plan on going to dinner. Because like I don't really like the other concessions.
I make sure I get like icy,
a slushy. I'm not a big candy person.
I don't get slushies often, but I'm always at the theater when I do. I ain't get one for Superman, but with Jurassic Park, I had a slushie.
As a kid, I used to love slushies. Going up to 7-Eleven or the Speedway.
Oh, hell yeah.
And getting those slushies. Those.
Hell yeah.
I miss the 7-Eleven slushie.
The Speedway one was a fucking hit.
Yeah, it was. Mm-hmm.
Speedway was a fucking hit. But the Speedway by Popeyes, they had like a smoothie type. That shit was a whole different level.
That one a lot bigger than the one.
By the plate, yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's why I go to a lot of like uppity movie theaters, cause I like to like eat while I don't like.
I went to the
popcorn.
one. The last time I went to the movies, we went to the one in Bolingbrook, the one in the Promenade,
the IMAX.
Yeah,
I've never been there, but
I've never been there either.
That one was cool. It was solid.
The
food was kind of weak though, so I probably won't go back.
But they serve food?
Yeah. Like I ordered some nachos. They was kind of weak. I think I ordered like a burger, and that shit was not good either. So like I was just like, so bad. I just don't think I would ever come back here.
Fair enough.
I go to AMC with the food. Their food be good.
I like the movie theaters too nowadays because nobody be there. Unless it's like a big Fantastic
debut.
Four, that shit was packed because it was
Superman had a lot of people there too. Yeah.
But most nights, they're like, you could literally go there and I'm damn near have the theater by yourself.
Yeah.
It's really like that.
Yeah. Hollywood Boulevard, they food used to be good. I haven't been there in a long time.
I haven't been to Hollywood Boulevard in a long time.
Yeah, I haven't been in a decade.
I went there maybe a month ago. I think I went there for, did I see Superman there? No, I think I see that in IMAX. Whatever I seen before Superman, I went to go to Hollywood Boulevard because I remember I got a taco salad and that shit was a hit.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I should entertain Hollywood Boulevard because I have not been as an adult at all. Because I used to be turned off by the fact that you have to buy something to eat. Mm-hmm. Like in order to get, like you have to buy something.
Yeah, they had the.
If you broke, just say that.
Me and Elena got the margarita pitcher too.
Oh,
they had a pitcher that wasn't. I think it was pretty cheap too, and that shit was strong.
It was strong.
Like they don't care about that shit. You know how some people be like, let me put a little bit of alcohol in it.
Yeah.
They was like, nah, the more alcohol, the better in this shit.
I think I just saw something the other day that said Fandango is going to be signing a deal with the WWE, and they will now be showing pay-per-views at theaters.
Really?
You would go to that?
Yeah, WWE and Fandango have partnered, and WWE's PLEs to theaters nationwide, starting with the 2-night SummerSlam. That's actually they expedited this shit, so this is happening soon. That's happening this year on.
There you go. You finna be in the theaters. You and Kyra.
That's pretty good, man.
Somebody asked me yesterday in my chat, you and Reese stopped your podcast? Or are you just moving?
I just haven't set up my. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I already talked to him about it.
No, the people wanted to update. They was asking.
Yeah, no, we ain't stopped. I've been moving. I went on vacation. I just haven't even set up my studio yet.
And then I was doing something, and my mom was like, "What's up, dear, with the food review? I haven't seen him in a minute."
I actually have a Disney vlog that I did the whole time I was in Disney.
Is out?
No, I don't have my PC.
Oh, I keep fucking forgetting.
You should do that Takis Wendy's sandwich.
The Takis Wendy's sandwich?
Well, that shit looks...
There's a Takis Wendy's sandwich?
Yeah. What is that?
That sounds spicy.
Just look it up.
Is it chicken or is it the burger?
I don't even know, but I was talking to Elena yesterday about it. I'm like, you gotta just be crazy to be going up to a fast food restaurant and getting a Taki-made sandwich.
Yeah. I don't know. That shit
It's called the Takis Fuego meal.
It sounds hot.
This shit sounds nasty.
Yeah.
It's just like getting the flaming hot cheese, bro. Like,
and I'm also not a crazy fan of Takis.
In certain demographics, they're trying to reach with that one.
I don't either. What's how you feeling with the college football?
I'm feeling good. I just don't know what position I want to be yet.
The way y'all talking about it, y'all not talking about it how y'all talked about the last one, and I haven't played it yet, and it sounds underwhelming.
The last one was the first one in a decade.
Year. It sounds like this one is a little underwhelming from the previous one. Just how y'all talk about it.
I can't say it's underwhelming from the well, I mean, I'm going to reverse that. I meant to say the opposite thing. Yeah, it is.
Okay.
The last game came out when?
Wasn't it last year?
No. Before that.
Oh, before that one. Oh,
they made a 15-year comeback.
Mm-hmm.
So the excitement, you never were going to get that again. Even if this game was like 5 times better, just like when that college basketball game, the first one drops, the excitement and the anticipation is going to be a huge fall off from the next year because you can't remake a 10-year excitement.
Yeah.
That was the first year that the game came back. So yeah, it is underwhelming if that's what you're comparing it to. Yeah.
Okay.
With that being said, I'm still having a shit ton of fun because I looked up yesterday and Dana said something about some food, and I'm like, oh fuck, I haven't ate. I streamed for 8 hours. That's like some 2K just dropped shit. Mm-hmm. I looked up like, damn, I've been having that much fun where I just streamed for 8 hours straight. You feel me? Like, when a game makes you do that, that was some Schedule 1 type shit. When a game make you do that, you can't. I would be lying if I just came on here and tried to shit on college football like I didn't just stream it for 8 hours straight yesterday. Every time I get on, he's streaming, or when I'm getting off, he's streaming. So there is something about the game that's fun. Do I have my frustrations? Yes. There is not a video game that's going to come out and be perfect.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? Yeah, there is some shit that they should add. I think intelligence is part of it. There's some stupid shit that happens from the coaching and the CPU that I just think in 2025 should just be a little bit better. We got AI. We got ChatGPT. They have to come up with some ways to just allow the artificial intelligent part of the game to be a little bit more progressive. I still think these games are a little behind considering AI is actually a thing.
Yeah.
We used to say AI is the bot players we're playing with, but AI is actually a thing. I can have a conversation with AI right now. One of the players I made, AI gave me his name and told me how he looks, and created a story. So it's like, I want them to submerge that technology into the game so that I can have a real catered experience. When you play in a story mode, I feel like it can be catered specifically to Mike versus me. Me and Mike shouldn't go through the same trials and tribulation every single time. It should be catered to this authentic experience because the AI is able to think. So I think like recruiting, the recruiting experience should be different. Mike's quarterback is different from mine. The things that they say shouldn't be so generic because the AI should be able to say that,
Well, how many players have you made so far?
I've made one at every position.
I think I made the same except wide receiver. And the first time going through it is cool because you read everything that's happening.
And then the second time it becomes annoying.
Yeah, I'm just clicking through.
Mary Porter is telling you need to keep a 2.8 GPA.
I'm just clicking through.
And it takes so long to click through.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to allow the message to, like you can't like skip it.
I used to feel like that about 2K cutscenes.
Yeah,
They used to make you have to go through
this
everything.
ain't as bad, but it's similar to like you have to they put it to where you kind of have to read the message. So I just want to
Well, if you hit
click,
the wrong thing, it affects something.
Yeah, I kind of like that though, where like it gives you the chance to be an asshole to the coach or be like my coach benched me for some dumb shit, and I let him have it in the media. The media's like, "What did you think?" I'm like, "Yeah, the coach is thinking about himself. That's what I think." And then I left the school. But it should have been a little bit more dramatic.
Yeah.
Than just it's kind of cut and dry. The easiest and the best position to play, wide receiver.
I could see
that's
that.
my best player. Like
I was playing
I went so crazy with my wide receiver. I got an NIL deal that bought the whole team cars. I accepted it. It was like your leadership went up because all of your teammates enjoyed their new cars.
I could see because when I was playing running back, sometimes they'll pitch you like on the line, and you can play receiver, and you just call for the ball. They be throwing it right to you.
I haven't played Dynasty yet. That's coming soon. It's fun though, man. It's fun. It's fun. I know you was liking that shit last year.
Yeah,
you gotta get your setup right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to get your setup together. I didn't realize y'all was missing a pod and you couldn't put out your content. We was just talking about playing the game, but
that was the last room to get put together. Unfortunately,
that's the money room.
He was on that Rivals yesterday. We had like 4 straight losses.
You still play that?
Yeah.
When you get your shit together, you still gonna be playing it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I enjoy playing Rivals.
Bro, we're missing out on a lot of money, by the way.
On what?
If we all stream Ready or Not, that first person shooter game where you have to you and your crew have to do missions, like there'll be a hostage situation and you have to correctly handle this hostage situation.
Oh,
there's a
new game out?
Yeah.
Oh,
if we played that, because you can do it with like 6 players. It could be us, KB, Terrence, and fucking Kyron.
Okay.
But it's very strategic, and you have to really. It's almost like
so you
Rainbow
gotta talk a lot.
You have to communicate. Okay. Yeah. You and Mike will go left. Me and KB will go right. You know what I mean? Like you have to.
Oh, hey, that sounds fun.
And we all streaming.
But you can't get on right now.
Yeah, you got to get on the game.
Okay. Bet.
But every time I mentioned it once. Now every time I stream, they're asking for it. I'm like, bro, I put it in the group chat. Nobody acknowledged it. But it didn't even matter if it got acknowledged because you ain't got your setup. KB obviously having a baby. But like that, and everybody could stream. Everybody show their own perspective.
Okay.
And get a bag.
That sounds fun. I actually like that, yeah. I haven't played a new game that I love in a while since Rivals. So like it would be good to play.
Did you ever play Schedule 1?
Yeah, I played Schedule 1 with y'all. It was fun, but
Schedule 1 was
I like Schedule 1. I just didn't care. I didn't care enough to make my own world. I just enjoyed playing with y'all.
Bro, I got addicted to Schedule 1. Like I'll be up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, bro, I have to go to sleep.
Yeah, I be trying to get my little place right before I go to bed.
Yeah.
I used to think I was on late. Then I would see y'all would be on till like 3 in the morning still playing.
That's not. I don't even do that shit no more. But Schedule 1 just had me locked in, trying to get every bag off, trying to cook every batch, just trying to do every. It's like fuck. It's 3:15. I can do one more day. I can do one more day. And then it just stopped. They didn't update it no more.
Because I think the game just became so repetitive. You were kind of doing the same thing.
But if they allowed us to like back the bigger cribs and a little better cars, I think we would have kept playing. But once you got rich, it was like nothing else to do.
Yeah,
facts.
You owned everything in the little town. But yeah, man, appreciate y'all. Another incredible episode. KB, we missed you. We love you. And I can't even see what the time say. How long?
We got to get Austin over here.
2 hours and 41 minutes.
Almost a 3-hour podcast. We appreciate y'all, man. We out. Austin, you gotta come on, man. What the fuck, bro?